Above the arid valleys of Southern California, something is hiding in the clouds. Something everyone needs to see. If you're the one to show them, you could become unfathomably wealthy. Trailblazer, trendsetter, isn't that what everyone wants to be in Hollywood? Well, boys, this is an opportunity no one else even knows is waiting. So grab your camera and saddle up. It's time to make a spectacle of the supernatural.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Split Up, the podcast where we discuss your favorite horror media, how we would survive, and what we would do differently. We're your hosts, Crowmudgeon, Kingnusmi, and Poltergibbst. And today, we're talking about my favorite horror movie, Nope.
Nope tells the story of the Heywoods family, their struggle to prove that something horrible is living alongside them in the Santa Clarita Desert, and the incredible price some desperate few will pay for fame and fortune. This isn't a story about survival. This is a story about spectacle. The desire to see and the desire to be seen.
Before we're ever introduced to the Heywoods, Nope starts with sound. We hear lines from a stereotypical 80s sitcom where the cast is trying but failing to impress a boy named Gordy with presents for his birthday. That is until the final gift, he shouts and screeches with excitement, and we realize that Gordy isn't another member of the family, he's a chimpanzee. And with a pop, his excitement. I'm so blind.
His excellence.
His excellence is what I was going to read.
Balloons for the Your Excellency.
And with the pop, his excitement is catalyzed into bestial rage. Good one.
Made the cut.
It's gonna be really fun.
We'll just edit it like a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Torment you guys with my weird homeschooler vocabulary.
With these words that I'm like, come on, these are big words. Me monkey brain, me no do word that big.
Okay, Gordy. we should just refer to Paul as Gordy throughout this entire podcast. Have you guys seen the whose toes are those? Is that Sugriva?
Yeah.
Is it dinner time? He's just shaking.
Yeah, he's so happy.
He's like, dude, all the comments on that are like, he was about 2 seconds away from killing everybody around
from
him.
ripping your face off.
Have you guys ever seen a hairless chimp? It's awful.
Mange?
Jambo, the hairless chimp.
Jambo? That's a great name.
Fucking Jambo, look at this dude.
Oh my god, he's fucking ripped, dude.
They all are.
They all are. They're just covered with
it. Holy crap. Look at this friggin' thing.
God dang.
The shape of its head. Oh my gosh.
Dude. I can't imagine anybody.
What do you think? What do you think he benches?
10 million pounds.
You know how it has the little tags up at the top on Google Images?
Yeah.
The first two are Buff and Jambo. We'll have a guest on, and what we'll do, our policy for guests will be they all have to use a voice changer, no camera, and go by the title Buff Jambo.
Yeah. Everybody can guess who they think it is.
Yeah. Who's Buff Jambo this time? It's like Pokemon. Who's that Buff Jambo? Also, just because of the amount of work he put into it, I want to explicitly make it clear that Holt is dressed as Gordy.
I am Gordy. I had to make these stripes on this sweater, and you can't see them.
And it's not a traffic cone.
It's like perfect.
It's a party hat on his
party hat, yes.
The sounds of the sitcom are replaced by thuds and crunches and evidence of unseen violence. A Bible verse appears on screen, a message delivered to the people of Nineveh by the prophet Nahum shortly before their city was burned, the palaces defiled, and their people killed or enslaved. I will cast abominable filth at you, make you vile, and make you a spectacle. Which, I looked it up, and I couldn't figure out what version that was.
Glad you gave him that, because I would have been like, 9 Eva? I never
Yeah. Well, because like I was gonna do this whole thing and look into like Nahum and like go down a big rabbit hole, and then I was like, that's like a bigger rabbit hole to go down. I was like, from reading, the whole point is just this verse. They saw it said spectacle in it, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I get from it as well.
Yep.
I'm actually going to bring up a couple of theories in this podcast that I can't remember where they came from. In the Bible, Nineveh is an example of like a city that is living in total disobedience to God. It's just they're super awful. Nineveh is the city that, if you know the story of Jonah, God tells Jonah to go preach to the people of Nineveh. And Jonah, which he's he's another prophet. He's like, no, I don't want to do that because they'll listen and then they'll actually turn to you, and I don't like them.
I don't like those people. I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna get on a boat. Oh no, there's a big storm. Everybody's like, pray to your gods. What's going on? Get that guy that's sleeping down in the bottom. Then they run down there, and he's like, it's my fault. Throw me overboard. And they're like, I bet. They throw him overboard. And then he gets a big old fish comes up and it's like, and then he's there for like 3 days. And it's like, did he die? Probably. He's probably dead for 3 days and nights in there. And then he's like, sorry, God. And then they spit him out. And then he's like back. And then he goes to the people of Nineveh with this big message from God. And he says 2 sentences. You're bad. You need to repent. Follow God. And they're like, all right, we'll do that. Sorry, God. And then they start to follow. And then he gets mad at him again. And he goes outside of the city where he lays down, gets really bad sunburn. And then he's like, God, why did you save those people? I don't like those people. And then God makes a tree for him that covers him in shade. And that's the book. And you're like, wow, Jonah's the biggest weenie in the prophets. But at least after getting eaten by a big fish, he still followed through with what he was supposed to do, kinda.
And so,
God, where's he going?
Later on, the people of Nineveh are like, okay, maybe not. And God's like, I tried to tell you. And then they get invaded by another kingdom and destroyed. But anyway, the point is, I've seen people draw parallels between Nineveh and Hollywood.
Okay.
Basically just being like, there's a lot of corruption and people doing shady things behind closed doors in Hollywood. It relates back to the idea of like people being okay with anything so long as it's like, cool, spectacular to look at.
Yeah, as long as it's awesome.
A spectacle.
A spectacle, indeed, is what we cut to. The set of the sitcom is in a state of total disarray. Glass has been shattered, furniture is splotched with blood, and a limp body intrudes on the edge of the frame. More violence can be heard a room over before Gordy ventures back into view. The chimp has been put into a shirt and shorts. Not during the massacre. He didn't just change clothes during the massacre. He was already wearing them for the sitcom.
Yes. Yeah.
He wasn't like punch.
Let me put these on.
Drip.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
you look a lot cooler in a yellow sweater.
Let me throw some blood on here. The yellow and red will go together.
Yeah.
The chimp has been put into a shirt and shorts, children's clothes. The sleeves soaked with the blood of Gordy's former castmates. Behind the disturbing juxtaposition of humanity and raw animality, the live studio audience crouches low, lest they be targeted for the next bout of brutality. As a blinking sign overhead continues to command that we applaud, Gordy slowly turns and looks directly into the camera.
I did love that part because I didn't notice it like later in the movie, but the whole first scene, like you really see it because he's in line with where the applaud sign is. It's the only light like blinking to get your attention. And it's like, yay, Gordy.
Before any further violence can occur, the movie cuts to an early morning many miles away. The sky is still dark over Heywood Ranch, which means it's time to rise and shine for our protagonist, Otis Jr., or OJ for short, played by Daniel Kaluuya, my goat. I love that guy. Best known for his role in Jordan Peele's first horror movie, Get Out.
They own horses, not goats.
I said goats?
Did you say goats?
You said
Oh, bro, you tricked brain.
Oh,
Sorry.
OJ lives and works with his father, tending and training horses to star in Hollywood blockbusters. OJ spends the early hours feeding the horses and maintaining the farm equipment, while Otis Sr., played by Keith David, another goat, trains the horses, preparing them for the work that keeps the ranch running.
Today, Otis Sr. is working with Ghost, one of their best horses. He tells his son that if they can really put on a show with the next gig, they'll be financially set for basically ever. They'll get called back for sequels and spin-offs and whatever else the producers would be willing to pay them for. OJ, however, doesn't really seem to care much about that. He's just here working with his dad. So Otis Sr. makes a point that might appeal more to his son. He promises that they won't have to sell any more of the horses to make ends meet. The ranch is in a hard spot. Keeping the animals is an expensive operation, and more mouths or more necessities means more money that they have to have. He tells OJ to just execute. Otis Sr. will worry about cutting deals and taking cues from directors, and OJ just needs to keep the horses happy and healthy.
I do have to say, it would suck having to sell so many horses, because
Yeah,
you
for sure.
do get pretty attached to horses. They're not like dogs or rats or something.
Rats or something?
Wait, hold on. You don't get attached to dogs?
No, fuck dogs, bro. Cat gang.
It's funny because rats was the only thing that stood out to me. The whole dog part, I agreed.
Take that part where Kingnusmi said F dogs out of context.
It's fine. I mean, I don't like dogs, so it's fine.
It's like horses.
Really?
They take so much
No.
like more
Neither of
care.
you
and
guys like
stuff.
dogs?
I'm not a dog
No, I
fan.
like dogs. I was just
I
joking.
don't.
Okay.
I don't like dogs. Dogs are
I
not
love
cool.
dogs.
I don't.
love
No. Dog's bad.
all animals.
Dog's bad. Dog's bad. Dogs bite. I've been bit too many times. I show up to people's houses. I'm like, here, let me do your electrical work. And the dog's like, the lights are flickering. Let me bite this guy.
The whole setup for setting for this movie is like very nostalgic for me, I guess, or like it clicks with me very quickly because I also like grew up with horses, and so it's just like a lot of familiar scenery and stuff like that. What did you actually do with horses, King? Did you just like help out on a ranch for a while? Or
There was
something?
this old lady. Her husband used to take care of horses, and he died. And so I was dating this girl, and her brothers were taking care of the horses. But then her brothers like brought me along one day, and I was like, "This is pretty fun." And then he was like, "Cool, you can have that," because he didn't like doing it.
See ya.
Yeah. And so I just started taking care of it, and I was like 15, or I was freshly 16.
She's
So
your
I-
mom now.
yeah, exactly. But I was like freshly 16, so I just got a car. So
Yeah.
before and after school, I'd wake up at 5 a.m. I'd go feed horses and like take care of them, go to school. Right after school, go back, feed them again, fill up their water tank, clean their stalls. I'd pretty much just take care of the horses for her. But then she paid me like $10 an hour, which is more than minimum wage.
We're good.
OJ and his father talking basically while his dad's trying to train the horse, and the topic of conversation switches briefly to OJ's sister. Otis Sr. complains that she was supposed to be helping prepare for the shoot, to which OJ simply replies with, "Yep," and walks away, earning a scoff from his father. It was pointless to explain that his sister cares about the family business even less than him. That would only lead to a lecture. As he approaches the house, OJ goes to check his phone, but as soon as he does, the screen glitches out and goes black. It's dead despite having plenty of battery just moments ago. Then, the electric horse walker that OJ just spent half the morning fixing also shuts down. Otis Sr. snaps at his son for having done a poor repair job, but OJ is distracted by a strange sound from the sky. A sound almost like screaming.
Both men look up in an attempt to identify the source of the sound, and soon the screams are joined by the percussion of 100 high-speed impacts in the sand. For a moment, they surround OJ before they migrate across the horse pen and into the valley beyond. He turns to watch the trail, like scattered raindrops falling too fast, and as he turns, he notices his father, slumped atop Ghost's back. The horse meanders out of the training pen, and Otis Sr. tumbles out of the saddle, dead.
OJ drops his toolbox and roasts his father, saying, "You goob."
Roast his father?
Well, what are you doing, old
I
man?
didn't know this was a cannibal movie.
Oh, you took it that way. I just took it like he's being mean to his dad.
Roast.
OJ drops his toolbox and rushes to his father, and we cut to the pair in the family truck rushing to the hospital. Otis Sr. leans against the door of the truck, blood spewing out of his face, his son trying his hardest to keep him talking, to keep him alive, and this would have been the time to call for an ambulance, but OJ's phone is still dead, so he's forced to drive himself.
I do like the little detail there about how specifically the thing that he's getting his dad to say is he's having him list off all of the horses that they own.
Yeah.
Just like
Familiar
just saying
things.
their names. It's like Goat,
Yeah.
Lucky, Clover, which becomes progressively more important as the movie goes along. Those three specifically.
Especially since the first title card is Ghost, is that right? Or is that later?
Technically the first one's just Nope, but
Yeah. And then I
And
guess
the last one was Nope.
I thought the
Jean
last
Jacket.
Jean Jacket, yeah.
But after the jean jacket thing, it goes Nope at the very, very end, like the end of the ending.
Sure, man.
maybe.
I didn't watch the movies.
Yeah.
I actually, don't
I've
know
actually
what's
never
happening.
watched this movie.
I don't know what's going on. I think this guy should roast his dad. OJ tries to keep his father conscious. The entire time he's like talking to his dad in the truck. He's getting him to name all of the horses, which will, as Crow just said, will be important later. It's all OJ can do to think to keep his father talking, but it isn't enough. The next shot is horrifying.
It is really bad. It was
really
very
caught
startling.
me off guard. And then I was like, oh, this is like the last thing that we did on
Jordan
screen.
Peele likes to do that, though.
Kill off
He likes
this
to-
huge character at the beginning.
Yeah.
So
he likes to just
yeah.
show you something horrifying really quickly, and then
Yeah.
it like just to unsettle you for a second. He does it a lot in the Twilight Zone series.
I forgot that he did it. Man, I gotta
A lot
watch
of people
it.
don't like it, but I'm like, that one's pretty good. Actually, I actually really
Yeah.
like that season.
So the next shot we see is in a silent medical room. OJ staring at his father's corpse as though he can't believe what he's seeing. The body's dead stare is marred by a massive face wound. That he didn't die instantly was, frankly, miraculous. Almost as miraculous as his death itself. It's then that we learn the gory truth. When Otis Sr. looked up to the screaming sky, a quarter fell at tremendous speed, struck him in the right eye, and buried itself nearly to his brainstem. The odds were 1 in a billion. A miracle, to be sure.
This
We
one
should
later-
all switch which words that you wrote. Because
What?
yours sound so good when you read them. Because you wrote them. You wrote them for you. And then like I should read yours,
love-
and then King should read mine, and then you
love
read his.
all
And
of
in
mine.
the respective voices.
Yeah, all of mine. You put the actors' names kind of like I do in my video.
I know. Like you did really well on getting like our. Like, this is how we talk, because I could tell, like, when I'm reading it, I'm like, this is the normal cadence that I would use for a video.
Yeah.
Which is very funny that you're like, here, yeah, just, I'm going to be Polter. Let me be King.
Yeah, that was something I did. I learned how to
Possessed by
do
the
when I
spirit.
was in like middle school, basically. The first class I took where I was like, oh, I like writing. I was like,
Yeah.
I thought I hated writing. No, I like writing. It was a creative writing class, and each week our teacher would like give us another prompt. That was like, oh, this week we're gonna write a story in this genre or this style, or write this type of poem or something like that, or we're gonna write a song. Everybody would go sit on the floor in the middle of the room. We'd have our thing that we'd written printed out, and then everybody would read what they'd written. I started to realize, like, oh, this person kind of does this thing well. This other person does this other thing well. This other person does this other thing well. And as I got further into the class, a thing I started doing was whenever I would be trying to do something that somebody else in the class did well, I would write thinking of their voice as I would write it out, and like kind of tap into their strengths as a
Yeah.
writer.
That's
But,
cool.
was doing kind of a little bit of that here, but not enough.
No, you did well for me.
First question. If this happened to someone near you, what would be your theory as to the cause?
I thought about this question way too much, and I couldn't come up with an answer. I don't know. Like, I have no idea. A plane is the only thing, which I'm pretty sure is what they say in the movie. Like, a plane flew over, or what? And I'm like, what else would it be other than being like aliens, you know? But it's like this one-off weird event where something happens. It's almost like when people get hit with a random bullet, you know, because somebody miles away shot up in the air. It's like that those odds of getting hit.
Loads a huge cannon with a bunch of shit and just shoots it.
I mean, I was just talking with a guy the other day who was talking about his potato cannon.
From this is actually the Wile E. Coyote Valley.
No wonder.
All makes sense now.
Yeah, I'm on the same thing. Like, I don't. What could even? How? What? But besides, like, maybe I don't know, an airplane or a huge magnet. Looney Tunes size magnet coming over your house and turning off. Because they kind of, the things fall so fast. It's like not like a normal, doesn't seem like it's normal speed.
Yeah.
It's like it's being spit out
shooting
by
down.
something.
Right, exactly.
It's like,
exactly. There's something propelling it.
Yeah.
Because there's like the idea of like terminal velocity, like something that's dropped in a free fall will only fall so fast. I would be tempted to believe that it was like unrelated to the stuff like hitting the ground around me. I'd be like, that's a freaky coincidence, but like there's no way something fell and like punched that far into his head. Although I guess I don't know.
They talk about people throwing pennies off of buildings,
like directly in the eye. And so it's like maybe if it's like it wouldn't kill him if it just hit him in the top of the head.
Right,
but it's like
boink.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd probably smack real hard, but
which
is specifically something that I thought was interesting just for the fact of like they have the whole thing throughout the movie with eyes, and one of the first shots that you see is somebody's eye has been destroyed.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Has to do with being a spectacle, and sometimes the stuff that you were looking at can probably do the same to you.
Yeah, dude, I did not even think about that.
Everything they show in this movie comes up at some point. If they have like some kind of little focus on it, it's important.
Oh, that's like what like right after this it does the is it at the beginning that does the intro, or right after this that you get the weird thing in the square camera?
Right.
And then it looks like a camera, but then at the end of the movie you're like, oh, that's like the same thing.
Even
as what we see with a big spooky thing in the sky. It's like doing the thing, and you're like, whoa. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, dude. I actually never noticed before the fact that the sound of it is those like streamer things like whipping in the air. It's so cool.
Later in the movie, you actually see when it happens again, there's like the keys, they like go in the ground like super deep.
Yes, right on the front of the house. Yeah, I saw that. So, I was like, is that a key? I was like, dude, God, it
goes. So it definitely, it's throwing shit at him. Imagine if you like, if it ate a bunch of like darts for like a dartboard. Imagine how terrifying that would be.
It's like a million darts. Oh no! Jean Jacket swallowed the armory. It swallowed the local ammunition factory.
So one thing that I would think is like the way it would go for me to hear about this happening all the way over in California is like it would be either people would be full on aliens by the time I heard about it anyway, or it would be there was an airplane flying over that had fallen apart and crashed in the next valley. It's like there would be an explanation somebody else would have already given that by the time I heard it, I would have been like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah. There's a glitch in the physics engine.
Yeah.
Was that Half-Life?
Like, huh?
Actually, the Matrix.
Just a quirk of the source engine.
Yeah. 6 months later, we find OJ on a film set, keeping Heywood Hollywood horses alive. Unfortunately, the job Otis Sr. had been preparing for slipped through OJ's fingers. He's only doing small-time gigs now, but even those are going poorly, particularly because his sister is late to the job. Again. The star of the commercial is a woman named Bonnie Clayton, an actress who becomes visibly uncomfortable when she finds out that the only black guy on set is named OJ, which is kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I did laugh. She's like,
oh.
I just got that.
He's like, yeah.
Really? You took that?
Yeah, didn't even connect. I was just like, okay, it's just OJ. Didn't even cross my mind.
You know, like the murder that happened?
It's right here now. It's all
Now every time I tell people I want a Bronco, they go,
what color?
that's actually kind of funny. OJ, Bronco, horses.
I didn't think about that. That's pretty funny. Yeah.
I'm sure he didn't mean for that to happen.
Or did
I don't know. I think it's definitely intentional that they had him named OJ.
Maybe. Then there's the director, Antlers Holst, played by Michael Wincott. He's far more eccentric than Miss Clayton, but also actually important to the plot. OJ awkwardly struggles to engage with the admittedly odd cast and crew until OJ's sister, Emerald, played by Keke Palmer, the goat, finally comes to rescue with a bit more of her father's charisma. I do love Emerald in this. I saw a lot of reviews don't like Emerald, and I was like, why?
She gets on my nerves. I completely understand her thing, but we'll get there.
I didn't particularly like her the first time I watched it.
Yeah,
really.
I will say the first time that I watched the movie, I walked away from it being like, that was awesome. I don't love any of the characters.
Did you put in Oz Perkins? Did you get anything about him in here?
I saw that he was in the cast, but I didn't spot him. I didn't know where he was.
He's the other guy doing the production right here. He's the one telling OJ, like, hey, we need to hurry this stuff up.
He's like the set manager, basically.
He is.
You know who Osgood Perkins is, Crow?
I don't. No.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
He made
the Black Coat's daughter, Long Legs, the monkey.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's him in this movie. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I figured you would have put it in like as soon as I that's why I was looking. I was like, is it here?
I saw that he was part of the thing, but I thought he was the TMZ guy, and that would have been way funnier.
That would have been nice. But no, because I was like, is he the director? But then when you said it's Michael Wincott, I was like, that's right. Antlers is the main guy. So he's like the production manager at this set, trying to get everything going. Which during all of this, he is the one that calls for a safety briefing from OJ.
Real quick though, I will say Antlers Holst has like the craziest voice I've ever heard.
It's pretty unique.
It is like dude swallowed a bag of rocks before every scene.
Yeah. I do have a fun fact. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Emerald wears green tones the whole movie, and OJ wears red and orange tones the whole movie.
Yep.
Like orange juice and emerald.
And Gordy wears yellow.
And Gordy wears yellow.
And a party hat. Like a banana.
Like a banana.
But she does take the hat off. I thought that was cute. Because monkeys are cute.
Yeah.
We should make them a spectacle and look at them.
Monkeys are not cute, first of all. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Chimpanzees, probably my least favorite animal.
Why?
Dude, I don't.
My least favorite animal, obviously dogs.
Don't talk about her like that.
Bro, watch Planet of the Apes, the new ones. You'll love chimps.
The new ones are fantastic, which actually, the guy that plays Gordy in this is one of the people that trained everybody from those movies on how to move like an ape. So Osgood Perkins calls for a safety briefing, and Keke Palmer, you said she showed up.
Also, I think Emerald's character is literally just Keke Palmer. I think that's just how she acts
all the
in
time.
Real life. That's why she was so good at it.
Yeah, I do think that's
also why I think I loved
accurate.
her.
Keke Palmer, Emerald shows up, and she basically gives the whole family history. She says that the first motion picture ever was footage of an uncredited black man riding a horse, and she claims that that man is her great-great-grandfather, which OJ then has to correct her, saying an extra great, because she is just quoting what her dad always said.
I get to that later on, yeah.
I had to, I'm stealing it. Because I didn't pick up on it until later, and I was like, that's why she said that. I'm like, that's really neat.
I did notice that the first time that I watched it, and I think that was the moment that the movie became magical to me. I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much attention to detail. And I've watched it 5 times now, and I notice stuff like that every single time. Like, this was watching it for the 5th time, it was a completely different movie, because I didn't even notice any of the stuff about like, dude, they say spectacle so many times in this movie, and I never noticed it.
Yeah.
And then when I only ever picked up the other day, you were like,
Yeah, because I just written 8,000 words about Nope.
Yep. The background sounds throughout this entire thing bother me and drive me up a wall because constantly OJ has already told people, don't stand behind the horse, don't do this, don't look the horse in the eye is like the first thing that he says. And then like he's telling all of these people to get back. Nobody's taking him seriously. He even tells Osgood Perkins that the horse needs a break, and they're like, the actress is almost ready to go, so why don't you do the safety briefing? And it's like, dude, no, the horse, focus, let's on this, okay? Like, everybody here is awful. I want to punch everybody in the scene except for OJ, including his sister.
Do you have any experience with horses?
I've ridden a horse like once. We went out on a trail ride with, I guess it's now one of my best friend's sister-in-law.
Yeah. I do wish they showed how goofy horses can be, because they can be some silly ass animals, man.
Yeah,
they're so funny.
I've spent enough time around horses to be like kind of scared of them because they're giant, like they're like 2,000 pounds of muscle. They're not 2,000 pounds. They're like 1,000 pounds.
Still a lot
of muscle.
Not just 1 ton, but half a ton.
They could freaking like cave your skull in so easy. And so the fact that there are like people standing around behind the horse, that whole scene to me was so tense.
Yeah.
But that's what bothers me too, is like OJ is specifically like telling people not to do that. Nobody's listening to him. But at the same time, it hit me when one of the other people asked Osgood Perkins' character, like, where's the old man?
Oh,
and he said he died 6 months ago. And it's like, it's only been 6 months. Here is OJ trying to do his job without his father. So he's like both trying to do his hardest to keep it all going, but at the same time is not the charismatic way that his dad was. So it's just like mentally probably really straining for him, and nobody cares. Because they're just like, oh, he died 6 months ago anyway. And it's like, he's like, OJ is right there.
This is not like OJ's so out of his element trying to do this. He was the guy who took care of the horses, and now he's being put into a position where he has to figure out how to run the whole business, basically by himself, because of how unengaged Emerald is.
But she has showed up now to explain and try to help out OJ as much as she can. But at the same time, when she shows up, it's very much about, like, it sounds like a rehearsed speech, which it literally is, because this is what her father said, with her also pointing out that since pictures could move, her family's had skin in the game. And then after the safety briefing, she gives her whole spiel on herself, like she does motorcycles. She can make like a good omelet or something, like a good coffee. Like, she lists off all of this stuff. It's like, call me for whatever you need.
I direct, I act, I do a little singing on the side. I actually think that the fact that it's rehearsed actually makes her way more likable. It's not that she doesn't care about getting it right or that she's phoning it in. It's that she wanted to be part of the business so bad that even though it's been like years since she has been invested in this, she still remembers every single word of her dad's speech and how he delivers it. And she's able to do it perfectly. It's just not perfectly for her. It's her dad's speech, because ultimately it was her dad's business. And that's her whole issue, is it's that she wasn't really part of the business in the way that she wanted to be. Like, she was never included like OJ was.
Which is interesting. And I think that's what makes their dynamic really neat, because it's like, she is that, you know, character. She's upbeat, she's charismatic. Yeah, she's like wanting to do these things, but she never had the opportunity. So now she is luckily here to help, because OJ is definitely not. He's still doing what his dad told him to do, which is take care of the horses, keep them happy. And his entire job boils down to don't make any sudden movements or any loud noises, and don't look the horse just directly into the eyes, because that's going to throw him off, just like any trained animal. For your safety, for everyone's safety that is here, don't make it feel threatened. Don't look him in the eyes. And not a single person listens to a word that he says.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
horse, look at yourself in the eye.
if that was me, I would have already, like, I would have exploded.
The void stares back. So Emerald closes the briefing by doing a bit of self-advertisement before immediately darting off to flirt with a crew member, leaving OJ to handle everything alone again. The crew starts planning to run a rehearsal before the shoot, but OJ says that the horse needs a break. His concerns, however, are ignored. It's a horse. They were made to plow fields in the hot sun and junk like that. How hard can it be to stand in front of a camera for a little longer? As OJ protests, the cast and crew swarm the set, preparing to rehearse, and it doesn't take long for someone to screw up, spooking the horse. The horse bucks and kicks, nearly giving Miss Clayton a good excuse for some cosmetic surgery, but ultimately no one is hurt. No one except OJ, whose spiraling reputation can't take many more losses. I almost read that as, can't take many more horses.
No more horses. No more.
No more.
No more, please.
This whole thing bothered me so much because I'm like, are these people just dumb? Is that what it is? And I'm like, I get that they're written this way, but what idiot stands behind a horse in the first place? What idiot, like, is like, oh, cute horse. Is his name Lucky? Is he lucky? It's like, I'm going to punch everybody if you don't back up. Like, I don't understand.
Is that the horse saying that?
Yes. Yeah, he's going to pull his hands up and he's going to punch someone. But like, I get
from Adventure Time.
Yeah.
His hand up, pulls off the tip.
Yeah.
But like, I think that's what stood out to me when they specifically say that Otis Sr. died 6 months ago, because I understand at that point why OJ isn't more upfront with everybody, because he is in his own world of trying to do all of this without his father.
Yeah.
And it's like, if it would have been, you know, a year, if it would have been more, if it, like, his dad was still around, he probably would have handled this situation a lot different. It's same thing with Emerald, with how she is going about it too, because it is clear from later that she is grieving in her own way, but it's just different than what OJ is.
So first of all, this is something that never really gets brought up in the movie, but like, clearly something happened to their mom like a long time ago.
Yeah. I didn't even think about it. She's like so unmentioned, it never crossed my mind.
Considering that, the fact that OJ's just like kind of has a hard time like looking people in the eye and like, you know, interacting, and like Emerald is not super invested in the family business and kind of flighty. He did a pretty good job raising them.
Oh yeah. I think their mom probably left them to go make movies and stuff, like to be an actress, because there is like one picture of her and Emerald finds it and like looks at it for a little while, for like a second.
Yeah.
And I imagine like Emerald's going down the path of her mom because she's trying to leave the ranch. She wants to be gone.
That's interesting.
And she's like promoting herself to be in movies.
Dude, that's so interesting. I've never thought about that.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm thinking OJ's more like his dad. He wants to keep the family business. He wants to try to do that. While she's more like her mom, and she wants to go out, be out in the world. She wants to do nothing but leave the whole time. She like asks when they're going to leave 15 million times in this movie.
Which at the same time, like, you know, she wasn't involved. And so she's like,
yeah,
if I'm not going to be involved, then I'm not going to be involved.
And now I have to be involved because my dad's dead. God forbid.
I wonder if that's why she's not involved, is because of the fact that like maybe the dad feels kind of betrayed.
Now everyone's afraid of the horse, and no one trusts OJ to have a good handle on things. So they either can use the horse or use CGI, and they go with the CGI route because it's just easier that way anyways. And just like that, they lost another gig, which is no money, which means they're probably going to have to sell another horse. And the Heywoods find themselves in a deeper hole that they have to try and dig themselves out of. OJ and Emerald load up the horse and they head back to the ranch. On their way offset, we get a conversation that helps us understand their dynamic and why Emerald plans to leave. She's done with the family business and she has shifted focus onto herself in creating new opportunities. OJ, on the other hand, will do whatever is necessary to keep the Heywood Hollywood horses running for as long as possible.
So here is my next question for you fellas. Your dad's dead and he's left you with a massive heap of responsibilities. What do you do? Do you sell the ranch and look for other work, or do you stick with the family business? Or do you see a third option?
I put, if it's a business that my family has owned for like a century, like they claim it's been around
forever.
I'd probably try my best to make it work out for as long as possible. Try to learn along the way and, do that. But if I can't get it to work, I'd probably just sell everything and then start a new family business or restart completely.
I will say, I do think that based on a later conversation, it's not something that's been around for centuries. That's kind of the story that they construct around it. But they do kind of offhandedly mention that their dad started the business.
Oh, okay.
It's just there's the cool thing of, hey, our great-great-great-grandfather did this thing.
Yeah.
We're connected to that.
So if their dad started it and he can't get it to work, just sell everything. Imagine how much that house costs right now. It's like a good $1 million house, dude. That's a huge ass house. And it's got so much like acreage and you can sell all the horses. You'd make a good chunk of money, enough to at least start a new business. Yeah. And find somewhere else to stay.
But who's going to buy it?
Yeah.
But like my whole thing is, this is all I've done my entire life. This is what I know how to do.
Yes.
Like I know horses, I know how to take care of them. And I would be on the line of, I already have connections in Hollywood. Do I specifically go and find work doing horse stuff for another business and like try to partner with them? Be like, hey, my dad died. I can help train, do all the stuff with the horses, but I need somebody to do, the upfront, connection part of it all. But it's like, either do you go that route or do you try to figure it out on your own? Like if it was me, I guess it would depend on how much money I would have at the point of, when I go back to work after his death. I would probably hire someone to be that connection person, like an agent or whatever, that can take care of that part. So that way I can just continue doing the horses. Because like the horses is needed. Like that's still got to be done. That's what he's doing. He just sucks at the other part. And it's like, if you just had that one person other than your sister who is clearly not involved, it's like you could keep everything going. I know how I am. Like I would probably try to go that route for a while. And then if I just can't figure it out, I'm going to continue selling all the horses that I have. And then eventually probably sell part of the ranch. Not like the entire thing. I could keep, where I'm at and have like
you don't want to sell the house and move to the big city?
No.
I think probably what I do is, if I'm in OJ's shoes, I think I got to be like, look, the horses, that's me. The business, that's not me. And be like, yeah, this is what my dad taught me how to do. He didn't teach me the other part. And so I think what you got to do in this situation is you got to pick out how many horses you're going to keep. And then you hang on to like maybe one of the pastures and like
downsize.
The barn. Yeah, downsize. And just be like,
I can float by on this and get it figured out.
And then you basically just keep the horses as pets. You sell the land you don't need, sell the facilities you don't need, and then you've got a lot of money there that you can, if you want like a smaller barn or something, and you don't have to stop training the horses then anyway. Like you just don't need that much space.
That's my thing, is like he has these skills that are needed in Hollywood that not a lot of people have. It's like he's very specific. People still need him all the time. It's like he can use those skills probably just somewhere else. He doesn't have to be the one running everything. He could be the one still taking care of the horses, and he can still probably use the horses that he has, but like use them at a different company.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we can use my horses in this thing. I just want like, a cut or whatever if we're going to use my specific horses. It's like, but I can also help train all of your stuff.
Yeah.
Or option 3, petting zoo.
Yes.
That's it.
Which,
the big bucks.
Specifically, I don't know if y'all saw it, but this place that they made the movie did become an attraction at Hollywood.
Yep.
So it's like they can, when you go through the tour, this is one of the places that you stop at, is where they made this movie.
It's the connecting area for all of the Hollywood Horror Nights houses, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
I think so.
For years, I've been watching all of them. Really fun to watch. I'd like to go.
We could go.
We could go to Jupiter's Claim, which is specifically where OJ and M stop by before making their way back to the ranch. It's a tourist trap that offers guests a taste of the Wild West in the middle of the California desert. OJ isn't here to take any photos with any dummies or anything like that, or cool old-timey photos that you get, whenever you put your face to the thing, you look like a cowboy. He's not here to do that. He's also not here to hear about the new Star Lasso experience attraction that they keep announcing over the loudspeakers. He's here for money. He unloads Lucky, the horse, from the commercial shoot, and then hands him off to one of the park's animal handlers and tells the horse that he'll be back. I'll be back. OJ walks away with his head down, looking ashamed, of course, because this is one of his family's horses that he's having to sell so he can keep the rest of everything going. And naturally, the attraction is like Jupiter's what? An attraction like Jupiter's.
Naturally, an attraction like Jupiter's claim.
Yeah, naturally, an attraction.
Hogs. I was going to say
hots,
dogs,
another planet.
Hots, dogs, of course. Horses.
Hot dogs, horses.
Obviously.
Me loves to eat hot dogs.
Hogs, dogs, and of course, horses. Bought cheap from the struggling Heywoods next door. So much for Otis Sr.'s promise of not having to sell any more horses. Did you put in here how much he sells the horses for?
It's $11,500.
So it's $11,500. That's what I was wondering. I was like, $11,000 to me is a lot.
Yeah.
Are they getting like a discount, or is it like?
To go back to a previous question that you had, how much experience I have with horses? I have wired a bunch of horse barns, so I've been around horses that way. And the horses I've been around are always very expensive. There was one she specifically had like insured for I think $500,000 because the horse specifically was used for breeding and it already produced a bunch of horses that were worth hundreds of thousands of dollars.
If you're just getting a horse that's like some dude had horses and they had a baby, it's not going to be as much, because if you're just buying it to ride and have as a pet, then it doesn't require any particularly special training. But this isn't just a horse that's been trained for that. This is a horse that has already been handled a ton.
Yeah.
It's, fully broken. It's able to be ridden. But most importantly, it's a horse that's trained to be around a lot of people and to perform, which is what you would need for an attraction like this. I would imagine that even though that still seems like a lot to us, a horse that's not coming from the Heywoods is still going to cost a lot more.
According to Google, it says the initial cost to buy a horse can range from a few $100s for an untrained or older horse to over $100,000 for a high-level competitive horse. Most recreational horses average between $3,000 and $10,000. However, the purchase price is a portion of the expenses of the annual maintenance cost of a typical range for a horse, which is between $8,600 and $26,000 per year. God. So he's selling one of his horses to probably take care of one of his other horses for not very long. How many horses do they have left?
There's Ghost, there's Lucky, and Clover.
Clover.
But at the point where something happens later in the movie, where you can see Clover, there's still several horses in the barn who are, making noise.
Yet to be eaten. In case they get hungry. They're running out of money.
Yeah, the horses.
What were you thinking?
Oh, the alien that eats them. Anyways.
Whoa. There's an alien in this movie?
No.
It's just a bunch of dummies.
So right after OJ hands off Lucky, Emerald runs up to him, finally having realized what he did. She asks how many of their dad's horses he's sold, and OJ admits that with Lucky, that makes 10. But he also swears that he's going to get them back. He just needs to talk to Jupe, the owner of the park. He tells Emerald to wait outside the office, calling her a liability, an assessment that Emerald reflects right back onto OJ. Honestly, they're both kind of right. Between OJ's lack of interpersonal acuity and Emerald's lack of investment, the family business seems kind of doomed.
Yep.
I think it's really cool that with Otis Sr.'s death, It's basically like he got split into two people, and those are the people trying to run the business now. But
and only neither of them together do things work out.
Except not really then either. Because it's like he had both in one package, and so they kind of evened each other out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Whereas they kind of have all of the strengths split between them, but because it's not, married into one person, then they come along with weaknesses as well. Mm-hmm. Neither of them got like the complete training on how to run the business.
I can see what you mean when you said everybody kind of sucks the first time you watch it, but not for me.
Going through it this time, I was like, I love all the characters. They're all great.
They're all necessary. Emerald ignores OJ's request and follows him right up to the office, where Jupe's wife is calling the local news station to offer reporters press passes to the park's new live show, The Star Lasso Experience. They're really going all in on the advertising on this thing. Anyways, she gestures the pair to head on in, where we are introduced to Ricky Jupe Park, played by Steven Yeun, the GOAT. Everybody in this movie is like goated in some way.
Literally everyone so far.
You guys probably know Steven Yeun from The Walking Dead, or even... He welcomes OJ in, asking eagerly about which horse he brought. OJ mentions wanting to buy the horses back, to which Jupe responds, kinda strangely. He agrees to work out a way for OJ to buy them back, but he doesn't seem totally serious, almost like he can't sell them back to OJ.
During OJ and Jupe's talking back and forth, Emerald interrupts because she notices a picture on Jupe's office wall that specifically is from such a long time ago that it was practically a different lifetime for Jupe when he was still a rising childhood star, when he played stuff like The Kid Sheriff and, more notably, Gordy's Home.
Do you guys notice how similar Jupe is to, what is his name? Ki-Hugh Kwan? Is that his name? Yeah, Ki-Hugh Kwan. He was in The Goonies way back in the day as like a little Asian kid. And then he just recently like came back in the cultural zeitgeist when he was in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yep.
And now he's like this big star again.
Yep.
Except for Jupe is failing at that. He needs to lock in.
But I guess his entire everything didn't end in such tragedy, unlike Jupe's here, who even has a moment that is so terrible in his life immortalized on the cover of a Mad magazine. And it's specifically titled Gordy's Birthday Party, which is part of the episode that we've seen so far and that we've heard from the very beginning of this movie. And it's here that Emerald specifically mentions her dad talking about what happened during this incident because they were training with chimpanzees, and that's not something that really gets done anymore. So it's neat to have them specifically reference why they know about it and why the dad knows about it because of their line of work. But it's seeing her interest.
She's like, training horses is okay. Trying to train one of these freaking buff jambo over here is
training an animal that can literally rip your arms off if they wanted to.
Yeah. He's like,
more
that's
just
stupid. Yeah, that's stupid.
Don't do that.
And it's really funny and like crazy and sensitive that Emerald's like, yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, it's insensitive.
My dad thought that was really dumb. You guys did that.
Put it right up there.
Yeah, Mad Magazine like literally put a bloody monkey on their
the cover.
Like
crazy stuff.
Oh, how distasteful.
And also the little stuff at like the top of the thing. One of the things it mentions is Heaven's Gate. It's like,
oh my God,
they're also talking about Heaven's Gate in that issue. I thought that was a cool little detail.
Another little Easter egg in the scene is the scissors are on his desk. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
I did not notice that. I remember reading about it, but yeah,
I clocked that shit right immediately. I was like, oh, those are the scissors.
That's awesome.
I wonder if there's any implication there.
I think it's just an Easter egg.
Probably.
Jordan Peele, he knows how to get the fans going.
Seeing her interest, he then reaches over and touches like a secret button on the picture frame, which then causes the wall to swing open and like reveal a hidden room that is full of a bunch of artifacts from Jupe's most traumatic life event. The worst day in his entire life. The day that an animal he considered a friend brutalized everyone that he worked with.
Question 3. If you were involved in a public accident like the Gordy's Home incident and it got swept up into the cultural zeitgeist, what memorabilia would you collect? if any?
All of it, as much as I can grab.
I know exactly what I would want. There's one thing.
Really?
It's the present that I was going to give Gordy if I was him. I would specifically want that present because knowing me, I would have actually put something in there. But I wouldn't tell anybody what it was. It would still be wrapped up, and I'd be like, look, see?
Yeah.
You'd hear
What was the present?
He'd be like, I still got this present. Never got to give it to Gordy because he tried to eat me.
But yeah, I said just like you, I would just probably grab as much as I can. And like, I would try and sell most of it because, you know, some people, especially like the older generations, they're crazy about memorabilia from when they were little. So you could probably sell a lot, but I would probably keep one item that was like the most personal to me. So probably the present. Like, I'm stealing Polt's. I'm stealing the present from him.
Dude, I gotta be honest. I think I would be like, I don't want to think about this ever again.
Yeah,
really?
I think I'd be like, get that crap away from me.
Get that shoe away.
I hadn't seen what happens. This is my first time watching this movie for anybody who didn't know. I hadn't seen what happened, like how brutal it actually was.
Yeah.
So in my brain at the time, I was like, I'm grabbing
all the stuff. Yeah, dude. What a cool day. They even put it on the cover of Mad. Yeah.
And then after I saw that scene, I'd probably be like,
no, never mind.
After he saw that scene, Kingnusmi was like, can I have a little piece of the scalp? Can I have a little piece of my co-star scalp?
My dad's scalp.
Sealed in resin.
Look, his eyeball.
Ooh, a lip.
Just have the entire set. Just he opens the room, it's the whole set. It's got like dummies in the floor where everybody was and everything.
Sign is still going.
Yeah. It just has the spot. That's the actual carpet with the real blood stains.
Yeah.
Still on there.
Very
There's
cool.
some chip poop right there too. You can see it.
It's just a jar. Yeah, they squeezed that out of the carpets.
It'd be like brown and like gross.
That's the juice from the couch cushion. I think for Jupe, it's kind of like a having that stuff reminds him he's a survivor.
I do want to point out, sometimes I get on IMDb and I read the facts. One of the worst facts I've ever read is from this movie.
Oh?
What is it?
It made me so upset. I was like, whoever wrote this, I hope they have an accident.
Whoa. They belong in prison.
I hope they get brutalized by Buff Jambo.
It's about the shoe from Gordy's home. It says, the shoe in Gordy's home scene balances because it's a KED, which has an iconic rectangle of rubber. It's a miracle explained fairly easily by the knowledge of the item.
Okay, so it just landed on the rubber pad and that's it?
I don't know. I don't have knowledge of the item, which is what bothered me. It's like, this is supposed to be a fact spot. You're supposed to give me the facts, not tell me if you know what it is, you know what it is, you know? And I'm like, no.
They're saying if you know that it has that logo, then you'd be like, oh, it's balanced on that.
Yeah.
Balanced on what?
It's like a little flat rubber part. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird that whoop, I lost my place. It's kind of weird that it landed straight up.
To be the explanation in the movie.
Yeah.
I think that's someone being.
It's just somebody's like actually,
this shoe is my hyperfixation.
I read that and I immediately became irritated.
This movie about a fucking alien and a chimp. I don't understand what's going on. I want to see my favorite shoe.
There was a neat thing that I read when I was looking for it. Specifically what Jupe says when Emerald is looking around. He says, Mi casa se tu casa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, my home is your home. And it's like a reference to Gordy's home.
Oh,
okay, but that's the funny thing is what he says.
That's what they said in the fact.
Su casa es mi casa, which is your home is my home.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Me and my wife laugh about that every time we watch it. I forgot to put it in the script, but that's like the funniest part of that whole scene.
Nice.
Su casa es mi casa.
Yeah. Shows how kind of dorky he is.
The fact was like more in the way of Gordy's home, which is where they're fixing to go.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's a cool reference. And then it's like backwards anyway. It's like, why? Who is allowed to put these facts on here? And I am not allowed to put a full synopsis of a movie that is correct on IMDb. They won't accept any of my synopsis. And I go through and I read the other ones and I'm like, this one's not even right. This scene happens before that one.
It's too good.
Yeah.
We don't.
I say
it's too specific.
Skill issue. What if I give one that's like Scream, good movie, and then they boom, synopsis.
Put it in.
Scream. Me watch it. Me scream. Good movie.
Good movie.
You have to put it at the bottom. What's up?
Fucking, I'm so mad that ad turned me off, dude. I was watching this in my living room and I was like, man, I wish I saw this in theaters. That would have been so awesome in theaters.
So, okay. So I wanted to include this in the episode somehow. When I saw this, me and my wife were on a trip. It would have been our third anniversary. For our third anniversary, we were out at like this, at a mall that had a movie theater, like in the mall. And we were walking around and we were just like, what else do you want to do? And I was like, it'd be kind of fun if we went to, see a movie since there's like a theater here. And we looked at what was showing and it was like, oh, I was kind of interested in seeing this Nope movie and they're playing it in IMAX.
Oh.
And the next showing for it was at, dude, I think it was like, we went to see it at like, it was either 11 p.m. or 1 a.m.
Oh my God. Jesus.
And when we went to see it, I think it was 11 p.m. I think we got out of it at 1 a.m.
At 1 a.m., yeah.
Yeah. But we walk in and it's a massive theater. Biggest theater I've ever been in.
It's IMAX, bro.
Totally empty.
Oh, that's so nice.
It was literally just me and her.
Dude.
And the only thing I knew about it was that there was something with a chimp in it. And I've maintained for many years that the worst, most disturbing thing I've ever heard or seen or just experienced is the 911 call from the Travis the Chimp incident.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God, yes.
And from that, I was like, dude, I think chimpanzees might be the scariest thing on Earth to me. Like, hearing the woman scream about how she's on the phone with the police. She gives them like almost no context. And she's just like, he's eating her face.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, okay, well, that's horrible.
That documentary I just sent you, they have that in it. And it's like, he was known around town. She would like bring him. So the cops knew who they were talking about.
We go watch the movie. We're like, this is amazing. Also, what the crap? That was freaking terrifying with the chimp. And we go back to our little Airbnb that's back in, some rando's basement. And in my mind the night before, I had the thought of like, man, it would be the worst thing in the world if you were like staying in someone's Airbnb and then you just found out like they had some weird thing. Next morning, I wake up at like 5:30 and I'm hearing like these weird like dum, 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 like weird, like definitely footsteps.
Yeah.
No thanks.
But in a completely, distinctly inhuman rhythm. And I was like laying there and I was like,
they got the chimp.
What the crap?
Gordy's coming.
And I was like, I gotta go back to sleep. I was like, I gotta
it's too early for this.
I gotta stop psyching myself out. And I was like, yeah, it's too early for this.
Yeah.
I closed my eyes. Like 5 minutes later, I'm kind of drifting in and out a little bit.
Just all screams.
5 minutes later, my wife nudges me and she's like, hey, I think I just heard like a chimpanzee noise from upstairs.
No.
And I stood up and I said, let's leave.
Let's go.
Yeah.
How about let's get out of here?
And she was like, it's so early. And I had to get back in bed and go to sleep.
The next time you wake up, there's like a chimp just standing at the end of the stairs staring at you. Sorry, it's rated R, and I was like, this probably could have been a PG-13 movie for sure. But anyways,
I don't know about that.
Oh, there was a lot of gore. Never mind.
They also, I mean, there's a whole blood rain scene. They cuss quite a bit. They show Keith David with like no eye.
Yeah.
People all get eaten. You know,
this is why
it's quite terrifying. There's like a whole monkey scene where he kills a bunch of people. Jupe mentions that he normally charges people to let him into his womb.
Yes.
To let him into his womb. One couple is even paid to sweep extra in a womb.
I didn't think Jupe had a womb.
His womb was so cool that people would pay to be in there.
I didn't notice this until my 5th time watching this movie, but Jupe literally calls the Gordy's home incident a spectacle. But what does that even mean? What is a spectacle? Within the context of Nope, a spectacle is something so horrible that it irresistibly commands our attention. When met with something truly spectacular, people become obsessed, unable to look away, unable to believe what they're seeing. There was an attempt by the network to bury the tragedy of Gordy's birthday party, but the hungry cultural machine quickly snapped it up. A spectacle is, by necessity, public. Young Jupe was never allowed to privately process the worst experience of his life, and as a result, Jupe placed his feelings outside himself, within memorabilia from the incident. He locked those objects in a room, commodified his hurt, and made a spectacle of it himself. When freaks come to get it on in Jupe's trauma closet, they aren't paying for the memorabilia, they're paying for the pain. That's spectacle in the most horrifying and hedonistic sense. I love Kingnusmi's face.
What? You just assume they're boning in this room?
Dude, that is pretty much implied by it. He's like,
and I never
like,
picked up on that.
I didn't ask.
No.
He's like, he specifically is like, yeah, one couple even paid me to let them spend the night in here. I didn't ask any questions.
Oh.
I didn't ask any questions when he said that, so it never crossed my mind.
Well, I've watched the movie 5 times.
I pick up on everything you guys don't.
No, what I picked up on is after he gives the background, he's talking about the whole like SNL sketch part. When he gives his example or whatever, like he tells them what happens and he just describes it from the SNL scene. Like he stops and like it's hard to pick up on in the movie because we see a memory that he's having, but then it like his shirt's also matching, like his facial expressions matching. It takes him a minute because that entire scene that we see is him like zoned out. Yeah. Finally remembering back to what happened because what he is describing isn't the truth. And it's like it hits him for a moment what the truth was, and then when he comes back to, he was like, it was, you know, incredible or insane or whatever. Yeah. And then they're like, oh, and it's like they're also being a little weird about it now because he's like giving the spiel and then just completely like loses himself in the moment and then comes back to it.
Emerald's like, cool, I'm gonna have to look that up on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's too relatable. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah.
Or they could also look up the article that Jordan Peele wrote for Fangoria. He apparently wrote an actual, like, what the event was of Gordy's home to make it out to be like a real event that happened that was covered up by Hollywood. So he wrote like this entire real account of the event in Fangoria.
That's cool.
I would have looked that up and included details if I had known.
Realizing that Jupe has a few screws loose in his noggin, OJ and M use a lull. What the fuck? OJ and M use a lull in the conversation to make their exit.
Yeah, that's a lull.
Omega lull. Back at the ranch, OJ tells M that he's got work to do, which surprises her. She expected more of a chill hangout, less responsibility kind of thing. Ultimately, she gets her way and they raid Otis Sr.'s liquor cabinet to help them catch up. Continuing the trend of Emerald noticing things nailed to walls, she recognizes a picture of Jean Jacket, one of their dad's old horses. She says that Jean Jacket was supposed to be her horse.
Their dad had promised that for Emerald's 9th birthday, she would get to train Jean Jacket.
I see.
A promise that she had was that Emerald would be her present.
Their dad had promised that for Emerald's 9th birthday, she would get to train Jean Jacket. That promise was broken when Otis Sr. landed a gig on the set of some Western and ended up training the horse with OJ. M says that she remembers standing at the window watching OJ and their dad train her horse. That day, her dad never looked at her, never acknowledged the broken promise. But OJ looked up to where Emerald was watching from the window and gestured to her as if to say, I see you. Did I say that wrong? What was going on? Why are you laughing so hard? What did I do?
Actually, it wasn't a Western.
It was the next line.
I was like, what? I felt like I read that pretty well. Why are you laughing at me?
I like how you're reading this, and you can tell that Colt was like, okay, let me prepare by reading my next paragraph, and he got less than half a line in.
I got to actually. Everything fell dying.
Actually,
it was the Scorpion
literally,
King.
it wasn't even a Western. It was literally Scorpion King. Like, what are you literally talking about right now?
You can add that if you want. It was literally Scorpion King.
It was literally Scorpion King.
I read it, and then as soon as you said Western, I was like, this is going in perfectly. This is going to be the coolest video. OJ corrects him, however, that actually, it wasn't a Western, it was Scorpion King. He says it was the first job that his dad ever took him on, and it actually wasn't that much fun.
You know how crazy that is to say? Like, a Scorpion, your first movie is Scorpion King, like a great movie, and he's like, it wasn't that fun. I actually bored the whole time.
Well, then they
didn't even use
also
the horses.
Yeah, they didn't use the horses, which sucks. That broken promise was a turning point for OJ and Emerald. They sent them in both opposite directions. For Emerald, Jean Jacket represented an opportunity into the family business, a chance to learn how to take her dad's torch. When he chooses to train Jean Jacket himself, it felt like he was saying, oh, we don't really need you as part of the business. Emerald, you can just go and disappear like your mom.
Like the most emotional part of the whole script.
It's like the one part that saves Emerald a little bit.
The actually line may have killed the
he just
episode.
derailed the whole fucking video.
I think I may have killed Paul.
For OJ, on the other hand, the Scorpion King was a job. It was the first time his dad really included him into the family business. This is the first time for him to take a part of things, and I think
What?
and I think that's why it's so hard for OJ to move on from the ranch.
What is happening?
He's laughing because I actually wrote I think
Even though his skill
try not to
set
do that.
isn't sufficient to keep the family business afloat. That's what I specifically think.
I didn't even clock that. I was like, what is...
Yeah, I tried not to do that, but that's so funny. Specifically in this paragraph, just to break Polter a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's the best thing I've read in a long time.
Their sentimental moment is shattered.
Yeah. What?
It's shattered when Emerald notices that Ghost, the horse their father died on.
Bro!
So we've had a chance to reset from laughing about their father dying.
Actually.
OJ goes out to check on Ghost, and we hear distant whinnies from the direction of Jupe's claim. Heywood horses, no doubt. Back inside the house, Emerald makes herself at home, picking out a record and blasting it through her dad's stereo, loud enough to spook Ghost, causing the horse to jump the fence and disappear into the valley.
OJ follows Ghost about halfway to Jupe's claim, coming close enough to hear Jupe giving some sort of an announcement over the loudspeakers. Even though the park should have been closed several hours ago. On a rewatch, you quickly realize that OJ is overhearing Jupe's script for the Star Lasso experience, the new event that Jupe keeps advertising. It's hard to catch much, but you can definitely hear Jupe saying, every Friday for the last 6 months, my family has been witness to an absolute spectacle.
So this is my favorite scene in the movie. I'm so glad that
Really?
you gave me this part. Yes, because rewatching it, I was like, oh, like seeing how everything happened, because I didn't pick up on it until like this last time that I watched it, how everything plays out. Because it's then that OJ watches the lights at Jupe's claim die down in the distance, and the word spectacle gets drawn out as the sound system loses power. It bleeds away to the sound of hoofbeats, something like a tornado touches down in the distance, and the hoofbeats go silent. And then there is a sound that can only be described as a horse screaming as it warps away through the sky, right towards the Heywood house. And we then cut back to Emerald listening to her music, and she's clearly feeling herself because the power like dies down, the music slowly drones out, and then once it's dark that she finally stops to look around.
Yeah, she stops dancing after it's
after it's
the music
stopped, and I'm like, okay, she's really into it.
Yeah.
But then OJ watches the house go dark before glimpsing something else unexplainable. A massive disc, hundreds of feet across, floats effortlessly and silently over the mountain at the edge of the Heywood Ranch, and then all of the lights come back on, including his side-by-side that he was just in. But this entire scene, when you're watching, once you know what happens, you can see the whole like tornado, they get sucked up, the horse screaming, and then something as it follows the camera, like the way the camera floats all the way around as you watch, and each one of the lights in the distance goes out one by one and then comes back on. So you can track exactly where it is all the way around. And I was like, this whole thing is so neat to see on a rewatch, because I remember my first time,
it is really cool.
I was like, what is he doing? Why are we watching absolutely nothing? Because of course I didn't see each one of the individual lights come off and then like turn back on all the way around. I'm just like, okay, a horse like died, I guess. I don't know what's going on. And seeing it back, I'm like, this is neat.
I love how he barely shows the alien.
Just see, like little, and there's no sound cue.
It whips, so it's like you also looking up at it, like it caught the corner of your eye. I love that. That was so cool.
For any non-Southern boys out there, a side-by-side is kind of like a heavy-duty golf cart.
Kind of, yeah.
With a
gator. Oh no, I guess they wouldn't call it a gator out there.
I don't know.
They probably wouldn't.
I bet only Southern boys
would
know
call
what
it a
gator is.
Yeah.
OJ nopes the heck out of there and races home, unable to believe his eyes. The first thing he does back at the house is check the security cameras, but it's no use. They went out along with the rest of the power. Emerald keeps asking him what it is, what he saw that's bothering him so much, but OJ is hesitant to say. When she finally coaxes it out of him, he speaks only vaguely. It was big, real big. It was fast, and too quiet to be a plane. Nonetheless, he says enough for Emerald to understand. OJ saw an alien spacecraft.
Fucking guy.
Did he
see how he came back on camera?
Did he monkey around back in?
He monkeyed around a little bit.
OJ saw an alien spacecraft, probably the vessel responsible for his dad's death. But more importantly, he witnessed something spectacular. And what do you do when you're met with an undeniable experience of the extraordinary? You do the most human thing of all. You profit from it as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, baby, give it a One of the most unique things about Nope is the response the characters have to the horrors around them. Yeah. OJ and Emerald don't run or hide. Instead, they spend the rest of their money on cameras because footage of the ship could be their ticket out of a financial crisis. Emerald says that there are people willing to pay big money for clear footage of UFOs. A right shot released at the right time to the right people would set them up for life. No more selling horses, no more offers to buy the ranch, no more Jupe. I like Jupe, he's kind of a cool guy. He's a little weird, but you know. They've got to make sure that what they've got is better than the blurry photos everyone's already seen online. I have something fun to tell you guys. You guys know there's like a UAP app that people have so they can report.
Yes.
Report and track just everything. Balloons. Like 90% of the time it's balloons.
I also watched that Danny Gonzalez video.
Oh!
I did like the fact that everybody on the app was like, that's a freaking balloon.
Yeah, that's a balloon.
they're like, no one's going to take us seriously if you keep posting pictures of balloons.
And then the airplane one is like, is there an airport nearby? I mean, yeah, but it's probably an airplane.
Yeah. I was like, these people are way too reasonable to be on the UFO spotters app. Question time. Let's say you live on a ranch out in the desert and you see a flying saucer suck up one of your horses one night. What's your next move? Are you trying to catch it on film or what?
first of all, putting a tinfoil hat on my head so the aliens don't suck my brains out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm absolutely trying to get that thing on film. Well, you know how crazy that you would be if you didn't like at least try.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I actually said, especially for all the bounties people have out for like real alien evidence, because even like the government has alien evidence and it's still blurry ass pictures of little circles. It's crazy.
Same. Especially like I was thinking of the previous answers that I had given getting to this point. Like if I'm already keeping the ranch, I'm keeping some of the horses, I'm staying out here. I'm keeping this place. It's like I'm definitely going to figure out how to tell other people what is happening here and get a picture of it, which is why I went into this big rabbit hole of looking into different camera types, because from already watching the thing fly around and all the power die out, like I would be thinking, oh, I need something that doesn't use power, which is where you just get like an SLR camera so you can just take a picture straight through without any electrical components or anything and capture it directly on film. Because with that, you can get like a one with a big lens. So you could do it from far enough away that you're still safe, especially since he's just out here tonight. And like he sees the specific, or I guess not tonight, but the night before, he sees the specific thing fly around. Like he should be able to go out there the next night or the night after or whenever he wants to and just sit up with the camera and look around until he's able to take a picture.
Yeah.
It's like, just do that, dude.
Honestly, I think my first move is me being like, there's no way I saw that. Yeah, I imagined that. But let's say that I am like, I totally saw something. I think I'm still gonna have to see it at least one more time because I'd be like, no way I see it again.
Yeah.
Like that
no way
thing's
this thing's
probably
gonna terrorize me and my family.
Yeah. I'd be like, there's no way it's hanging around. Yeah.
It's been 6 months since your dad died, which would have been like, I guess, the last, spoilers, technically the last time since anything has happened with it. But like at the same time, like weird stuff's going on down there at Jupe's place. Like you've got this thing flying around.
Yeah.
It's like you could come out here and sit up and probably watch for it like the next couple nights to see if there is anything.
I do think you're right. I do think that with thinking about the fact that like he has already had this experience of like weird power outage, weird stuff with the sky.
Yep.
I do think at this point you're like, oh, that thing I just saw is related to the weird stuff that happened 6 months ago. It's probably not going to leave. I do think that, you probably do.
That is a weird time
Go
gap,
ahead.
though, in between attacks or things happening.
Like, as we already know, just from the sound system and what could be heard off in the distance at Jupe's place, there has been stuff going on. And it's just like we, of course, weren't filled in. And at the same time, I do think this is where, like, OJ grieving throughout this whole process makes it a really interesting thing because he can zone out for this entire thing and not really pay attention. And it's like, oh, well, yeah, obviously he's grieving the death of his father and is trying to figure it out. So there's like, there's clearly stuff has been going on for months now. And he just hasn't been aware of it until this moment. It's not that it isn't happening.
It's not like he's a guy who's, necessarily always going to notice this stuff. Like, he is pretty far from the city. Like, usually your infrastructure that far out isn't great.
Yeah, power goes out. It's kind of like, oh, okay.
And like, he still has like a flip phone. Like, he's not somebody who's just like constantly online and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like the first media reference that he makes is like, oh yeah, Oprah. It's like he's a dude who's probably like turning on the TV on, watching like network television at
whatever's on
in, 2022.
Also, you guys know they filmed like most of this movie, all the night scenes they filmed during the day and then turned
I saw
night.
that. The entire sky is not real.
Yeah,
I thought that was really neat.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah, they filmed it.
That's really cool.
It's like a really cool process. Also, you saw it in IMAX, so it probably was amazing. I'm jealous.
At checkout, the Heywoods are helped by Angel Torres, an alien-obsessed IT specialist played by Brandon Pereira, who specifically had this entire role rewritten for him after his first audition. He was a lot more confrontational. They went in and loved his audition and completely redid his character for this movie.
I think he was supposed to be like a more goofy, like kind of comedic relief kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's still kind of that way.
Yeah.
So.
Angel asked what the cameras are for, but OJ and Emerald clearly didn't spend any time creating a cover story. And he says, "Oh, UFOs, huh?" And then they're all like, "Nobody believes in those." And this entire scene, OJ is just like this.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that. That's so funny.
It's just staring at him the whole time, and Emerald's like, "Oh, well, UFOs? No."
That's so funny.
But being suspicious after their really weird answers and how they're being, Angel convinces him that they're going to need help in setting up this cameras, earning him the opportunity to pry more and to make his way to set them up at the Heywood Ranch. And as they get there, they pull in, he hops out of the car, screams for... his reason that he gives for screaming randomly is that the girl of his dreams just left him. But OJ's like, "Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that."
Yeah, he's like,
you
"Don't
hear
scream."
the horses in the background freak out. And it's like, don't do that.
Whoa, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, that's great.
He treats him like a horse, and it's just the funniest thing.
Yeah.
He's like, "Whoa, no.
Yeah.
No, wait.
But
Nope.
yeah, just immediately launches into
Nope.
oversharing.
Nope."
Oh yeah.
Yup.
Turns out poor Angel has gone through a nasty breakup, and his girlfriend of 4 years has just left him, landing a role in a TV show on the CW. She truly made it in showbiz now. Just like OJ and Emerald's mom, who also speculated by us, left them and probably made it in showbiz.
Yeah.
Just like Emerald's trying to do. It's all connected.
Yup.
Yup.
We have to explain to people why we're doing that. We talked about that before we started recording.
We did.
I think we did,
Like,
yeah.
a terrible trailer
Nope.
for
It's like
this
an
movie.
inside joke. I didn't watch this movie in theaters or anything because the trailer for it that I'd seen, the only trailer, was probably the worst trailer for the movie I had ever seen. It just had that stupid song that goes, "Nope, yup," and then it was like intercut with little things that don't tell you what the movie's about at all. It's like little jokes.
We'll have to
I was
like
like, I
link
don't
it in
care.
the description and the like show notes. On
Yeah, for
Spotify
sure.
or
That's the
whatever.
only one I saw. And then I watched another one last night before I watched the movie, and I was like, if I saw this trailer, I would have bought a ticket immediately. What the hell? I didn't go see the shitty one.
You
Yup.
had to see the yup.
Yup. Had to see the yup.
Emerald excuses herself from the trauma dump, leaving OJ and Angel to put up the cameras alone while she gets something from the store. As the men go around installing the cameras, it's pretty obvious that Angel already knows why the Heywoods want the cameras. He starts ranting to OJ about how the government started calling them UAPs instead of UFOs, claiming that it was to throw people like him off the trail. Angel says that if aliens are real, which they are, that could only mean one of three things. Either they're intergalactic travelers looking for peace, or they're time travelers trying to stop humans from ruining the Earth, or most likely, they're higher beings with an ungodly degree of power, here to annihilate us lesser life forms. Cool, OJ responds as we see Emerald pulling back up the driveway in the distance. Angel explains that he's positioned the cameras so that when one goes out, the other is pointed to the sky to catch whatever caused the outage. I think that's a solid plan, but I want to ask you guys, what would be your strategy for catching a giant EMP-generating alien ship on film?
Specifically, one of the things that would come to my mind is I just need a bigger lens for the camera that I'm currently using right now.
Mhm.
It's like, because yes, it does mess with electrical everything, but if I have a big enough lens, I can be far enough away and still catch it on camera. It's like I can still film it and record it and, you know, do whatever I need to. It's just figuring out where to be and when would be my issue. So of course, my first thought would be to go out there at nighttime when I first saw it. which is most likely going to get me killed.
I would try to use multiple cameras like OJ and M, but I would probably set them up further away from each other. They kind of have them pretty close.
Yeah.
I would set them up on like different sides.
One's like on the house, one's on the barn, and they're like 30 feet from each other.
Well, they set the other one up way off on one of the hills.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I thought they only had 2.
That's the one when Angel was like, oh, so they're called UAPs now. They're like way off on one of the hills setting it up.
I never even see them using that, like looking through that one.
They only bring up 2 for the rest of the movie.
I know. It bothers me because I'm like, they set that one up, and because I was like, I see them set the one up on the house in the barn, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's kind of dumb. It's like, but they set the one up far enough away, and then we don't hear about it.
I would set them up far enough away where if one goes out, the other one is still getting power somehow. That, or I would get a super old-fashioned camera that makes it where you have to turn a gear to take a bunch of pictures. With no power, there's no thing.
I do that.
And then I put after this note, I wrote this before I finished the movie.
Wait, seriously? Oh, cool. Good job.
Nice.
I was like,
that would be a really cool thing if they did that in the movie.
There's no reason that you've got to have the cameras be so close. Like, you've got time.
And space.
There's no reason that you would, think that like you're in any danger, really. Yeah. And so it just like be like, I'm gonna set a bunch of cameras around the hills. I mean, I guess their funds are pretty limited, and like the further away you're placing it from your house, the more, that's gonna require in terms of. Let me defer to Polt's expertise here.
Mr. Electrician here.
As I can tell that he's like...
Why would you not also go over to Jupes at this point to be like, hey, do y'all have cameras over here? Just curious if y'all have cameras that we could look back for the last 6 months.
Or say a horse got loose and we were trying to see
where he went.
Yeah.
And then, maybe try to play it that way. But the issue is like, there's going to be another reason for them to be like, oh, our camera broken. No, work now. We get sorry. No.
Yeah.
No. It's going to be like,
There is no reason that Jupe would have given that over.
No. Yeah, especially not at this point, but it's like...
But that's getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. Like, if you would have introduced, like, that idea of, like, a horse getting away... Because, like, I would have asked if they had cameras first before I give them any information. Because if then he says yes, I can at least trap him into being like, they don't work, and go down that rabbit hole. It's like,
good point.
Something clearly is going on, because then I would think back to what just happened. With them being down there, they would have also went through the whole power outage event. I would have brought that up and then slowly drug it out of Jupe, being like, tell me about this event that happened that you're planning this big thing for.
I think the biggest reason they don't go to Jupe at all is because they don't want him to... They want to include as few people as possible.
Yeah.
So that they have to split this pie into the fewest possible pieces.
They don't have to tell him about the alien.
Yeah, but what are they going to do? Be like, thanks for letting us see your footage. Can you turn around?
Wait, what is that? Punch him in the back of the head. So with the cameras now in place, Angel encourages OJ to look into other shows like Agent Aliens on the History Channel to learn more about aliens. And M starts to shout across the pastures, asking them to come help. As it turns out, Emerald's trip to the store was actually a trip to Jupe's claim, where she got one of the giant horse statues from in front of the park, and she wants Angel and OJ to help her move it out into the pasture. No sooner than they gotten the statue into position, then Jupe pulls up to A, give them a chance to return the horse that they obviously stole, and B, invite them to, you guessed it, the Star Lasso experience, which we've only mentioned 10 times. Unfortunately for him, Emerald has no intention of inviting him onto their property, and they kind of just yell at each other from opposite ends of the pasture until Jupe leaves, having accomplished neither of his goals.
Thumbs up.
Yeah. Thumbs up.
Yep.
Thumbs up.
Like, yeah, thumbs up. Yeah.
Even Angel's like, should I do it?
Yeah, do I do it back? And OJ's like, yep.
Yep.
Thumbs up.
I love Angel being like, okay, you can leave now.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Okay, bye.
OJ's
You don't live here.
You
Stop.
don't live here. You don't live here.
Yeah. He just oversteps boundaries every once in a while.
He just wants to be a part of things so bad.
I know. He wants to have friends. He's so lonely without his girlfriend.
It's just him and his crypto farm.
Yeah. Angel, OJ, and M return to the house where the Heywoods endeavor to rid themselves of Angel as quickly as they can. He tries one last time to get them to open up about what they're trying to do. He even offers to help them monitor the cameras remotely, but they're not interested in sharing the riches that they will inevitably come to from their discovery.
Later that night, OJ is putting together a makeshift version of a reflective camera thing that spooked Lucky on the day of the commercial shoot. The thing that made me so angry every single time I've watched this movie, because it's like, hey, you've already been told, don't look at this don't look this horse in the eye. Let me just make the horse look himself in the eye.
Yeah.
What is that thing?
I don't know.
It seems like so it's a marker for the CGI stuff. So they can
You have a real horse. Why do you need CGI?
That's what they're doing. They're marking where it is, and so they're like, here's where the horse will be. They can move everything and do what they need to. And I guess, like, yeah, so that way they can get the shadows correct.
Okay, I got you.
Makes sense.
So he's trying to make his own version of that, and then gets distracted by the lights in the barn suddenly turning on, which is where one of the cameras is also set up. And it's here that there is music in the background that will be very important shortly, because very cool Easter eggs that are thrown in from music stuff happening and dying out suddenly. Very cool.
It's crazy how you wrote it just like that, Crow.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just reading. That's all I'm doing. He goes to check it out, but he doesn't find.
He finds he doesn't find.
He goes to check it out. He doesn't find anything amiss. So he walks over there, he turns the lights off, he turns his back, and just before he can get out of the barn, all of the lights turn on again. OJ looks back into the barn towards the light switch and sees something crouching on the floor. Both are totally motionless for a few moments until the obviously inhuman thing rises into the light. It was absolutely terrifying the first time I watched it.
It actually is. It's so good.
It's very good. It sets everything up. You're like, oh, alien thing. Its face is this pale and perfectly smooth with two pitch black eyes set into its skin like parasitic eggs.
That was what I thought they looked like.
That is kind of what they look like.
No, that's what I think they look like.
Oh, right.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
We actually just get the scenes, and then we write little paragraphs about the scenes we get.
Yeah. It's humanoid with hands ending in long fingers, a bald head, and fur covering its entire body.
I didn't even think about the fact that the way I wrote this sounds like its hands end in bald heads.
Its long fingers have bald heads and fur covering them.
Yeah, no.
There's something almost chimp-like about the being. As OJ scrambles for his phone, hoping to get his money shot here and now, another malformed head leans through the doorway of another open stall. OJ, officially outnumbered, nopes out yet again.
OJ retreats further into the freaking barn, which is probably not the most sensible decision. And both of the creatures skulk after him, peering at him from around the corner. That's when a third ambushes him, and the Heywood Haymaker deposits a dent onto the freak's smooth little face. OJ's punch lays the alien out on the barn floor, but it sounds awfully childlike. They're pretty child-shaped, too. One pulls off a mask to reveal that they are, in fact, Jupe's kids, out for revenge. OJ lets them get away, but let me ask you boys, do you go for another punch once the masks come off?
Crazy question.
So, let me clarify. I did not realize that Emerald stole the other horse.
Oh, yeah.
So initially, every time I've just thought that they showed up because they're just being kids.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna punch this kid again. They're not getting out of here without me smacking somebody again. Like, I'm grabbing a stick and I'm fixing to hit these kids, you know?
Yeah.
But to realize, oh, she stole the thing and they're trying to get revenge, I'm like, okay, everything.
Yeah.
Now I understand why they're here. I thought they were just being turds, fixing to hit somebody with a board.
It's yes from Paul, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Also a yes from me. No, I'm just kidding. I said probably
That's a
not
yes from
after
King.
I realized.
I'm not gonna do it. They're children.
Wait. I said probably not, especially once I see it's a kid. If it's a kid, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing on my property?
That's when you grab a stick and you don't use your hand anymore.
Yeah.
Oh. That's when I pull out my 9 and I'm like, get off my property.
Alien! You put the mask back on.
Yeah. Oh, we can't talk about this. I already get comments like, you talk awful about children on your channel. So
Dude.
I'm gonna get railed for this.
Pause.
Not by the kids. Wait. I just read that as Emerald is woker for some reason. She's the woker, baby.
She does have.
Every time.
Ooh.
She does have.
We brought up the Joker. I almost forgot about that. Hell yeah. Emerald is woken by the commotion and decides to check the cameras while OJ goes to retrieve Clover, a horse that escaped the barn thanks to the masked meddling kids. And their stupid dog, too.
No, they don't have a dog.
Actually, yeah.
No, there's no dog.
No, there's no dog. She gets jump scared by a praying mantis clinging to the camera lens, laughs it off, and then gets a panicked call from Angel. He tells her that there's a bug on the camera, revealing that he's been secretly watching the remote feed, which has to be illegal and very...
Emerald, like, literally, like, next scene, Emerald, like, hey, so...
She starts to chew on him.
She's like, that's illegal. That thing you did, that's illegal.
Yeah. Emerald starts to chew him out, but he tells her that she needs to get the bug off the camera right away because the other camera is dead. The aliens are in view right now. They have so many fake jump scares right here. It's kind of awesome. I don't know if you guys noticed. There's like 4 or 5 back to back, just fake jump scares. Yeah.
What's happening?
Makes you think something's actually going to come at you, but nothing does. Spoiler alert.
Something does. Whoa!
Jump balls again.
Merch idea.
Just a little square zoom in of it.
Got sack. That's all it says.
Yeah.
Outside, OJ is leading Clover back to the barn when the horse bolts. Again? Knocking OJ to his feet. Right off of him. He has no more feet. We see his decoy horse in the pasture.
Imagine being on the ground, the horse jumps on you, you're like, whoop!
Yeah. Stomps his feet off.
Yeah, you're like what is it? Like a fucking rake in the ground.
We see the decoy horse in El Pasto. I hit this.
This whole video.
We see the We see the decoy horse in El Pasto as the flags wrapped around, the statues start to whip around.
God, give him the most R's.
Yeah, it's really funny that you picked this. For the one time in this script, I think I used W.
As the flags wrapped around the statue start to whip around,
whoaing in the wind.
In the growing wind, OJ watches as the decoy is sucked into the air and vanishes into a cloud. A moment later, the streamers drift back into view. The decoy is suspended within the UFO, hiding inside the cloud. Back inside the barn, all of the horses are freaking out, just as I am right now. Like they can sense the UFO's presence. Emerald climbs onto the roof to dislodge the mantis that is covering the camera.
I'm gonna need you to quit monkeying around and read your lines.
But is unable to clear the camera's view. OJ, having realized what's happening, hides inside a shed for protection. Both Heywood siblings watch the UFO descend from the cloud. Clover, still outside and unprotected, races desperately through the pasture, but the ship is simply too fast. OJ and Emerald watch as the horse leaves the ground and falls into the sky. As both watch in stunned disbelief, the praying mantis flies away, clearing the camera for a shot that it is too late to catch.
I like how we always go into our laughing fits during the coolest or most emotional scene. We cut to OJ, rewatching the footage with Emerald inside the barn. Emerald is done. She tells her brother to pack up so they can leave, and OJ says Em can leave if she wants. He's got to get up early because he's got mouths to feed. That night, OJ has a dream about his father. He remembers Otis Sr. talking about his struggles with Ghost, about how the horse was territorial. He says that some animals just aren't fit to be trained. So, at this point, you've seen the aliens kill, and you've failed to capture any evidence of it. Are you packing your bags and leaving in the middle of the night, or do you try again? And if so, how do you change your approach?
Okay, so I can go first. Let Polk calm down. I don't know what he's laughing at.
I just keep thinking you said Otis Sr. in his struggle with Ghost. It's like there's Ghost in this.
Yeah. It's like the Christmas Carol, but for horses.
No!
Or is it his ghost that they're now struggling with?
I got aliens now, ghosts. What is this?
In the midst of all of this, he starts haunting them.
Yeah.
That ends up being the twist in the movie.
It was him all along.
The dad was killed by a plane. And that's what ghosts look like.
Oh my, that'd be terrifying. I'm probably leaving at this point, and I'm calling Scully and Mulder from the X-Files, because at least they have experience in aliens and will probably know what's going on. But if I had to stay, I would lock all of the horses. Number. Yeah, I just have their number. You know, FBI. Beep, beep, beep. Hey, that hot girl. Anyways. If I had to stay, I would lock all the horses in the stables at night just to make sure they don't get sucked away by this terrifying alien beast. And maybe reach out to a few more people that are maybe a little bit more knowledgeable about the situation to see if they can help in any way. Again, I wrote this before I finished the movie, so...
Hello?
Scully, Mulder, hello?
Ancient aliens guy? Yeah, you're going to want to see this.
My thing is, I've dealt with some cameras before, and I have dealt with some cameras that are kind of like the ones that they picked up. These cameras aren't cheap.
Yeah.
From my understanding, they probably didn't spend as much as what the last camera like it that I had to deal with was, but still quite a bit. I'm taking a guess that $11,500 that they got for the horse, they probably spent $5,000, especially with Angel hanging around. I'm sure he's probably doing it for like free anyway, just being able to see what's going on.
Free install.
But like the cameras are still fairly expensive. At this point, I would be like, in for a penny, in for a pound. We were this close to getting it on camera. I'm going to like spray everything with some kind of bug repellent now, and we're going to do it again the next night.
Put the horses in the barn and like just kind of keep them locked up in there for like a little bit.
Yeah. Stop letting them out all the time. Crazy.
Yeah. In fairness, it seems like all of the locks on all their stuff is just screwy. Because like the horses are constantly getting out. It feels like.
Of everything.
Yeah.
It's like it's a problem. Probably fix it, especially with, something flying around. Ultimately, M is unable to convince Holst to join their cause. He tells them that fame, to have all eyes on you, a spectacle unto yourself, is a dream you can't wake up from. he hangs up and the siblings are back to square one.
I think he would be on their side if M wasn't so annoying. She was just reading around the bush.
Even you admit it. Even you admit it. he's like, yeah.
She's like, oh, we need to do, and it's like, you gotta, you're way up
I love
here.
your work on that one thing you did.
Bring it down here.
Yeah.
It's like you don't sound sincere. You sound like you're doing an infomercial. You need to
exactly. Sounds like you're trying to pitch me something when I literally just want to know what you want me to do.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. Please stop doing that. Please stop doing whatever you're doing right now. Later that day, Angel arrives to the ranch again, points at the sky with shock, and exclaims, "It's real!" He then explains that after the incident last night, he rewound the footage and there's something weird. It's just a cloud that doesn't move. No matter how long you watch the footage, it is always there. The ship is resting over the Heywood Ranch right now, hiding in broad daylight, and that's when OJ wonders, what if it's not a ship? And I absolutely love the scene for it, like how he says it, because there's not like an explanation. He's just like, what if it's not? And they're like, what do you mean? He's like, what if it's not a ship?
OJ has spent enough time around animals to be like, why is it kind of acting familiar?
Yeah.
Like, why does it kind of make sense to me if it's an alien? That leads into what many consider to be the most disturbing scene in the movie. We cut back to 1998, back to the set of Gordy's home.
Yay.
The studio is full, the cameras are rolling, and the star of the show is ready for the cast to bring out his presents. Today, they're filming an episode titled Gordy's Birthday. We tune in just minutes before havoc descends on the set, and this time, we get to see how it all plays out.
The beginning of the episode, which is also how the movie starts, is with the uncle guy who is the scientist talking about Gordy and how he got him a watch was the present that he had got him. But then he remembers, after being confused for a moment, that Gordy can't tell time on a watch. And everybody makes fun of him because he's like, it's somebody as smart as you should know that, he can't tell time. And it's like, that's the point of this entire thing is because he has made Gordy, who is a chimp, into like this fictionalized version of a chimp that is much smarter and much more human than what Gordy really is. And so he believes in his mind for a moment that Gordy is a member of the family, that Gordy is just like a regular person, and thinks that he can just, do what he can do and tell time with a watch and everything. Yeah. And so it's like they over-humanize him to the point that, we should be able to give him whatever and make loud noises and do all this stuff.
Yeah. Stick him in a party hat and a snazzy yellow sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, of course, it ends tragically because they over-humanized him.
To all the times that OJ's like, don't make loud noises. Don't make loud noises.
Stop.
He yells at Angel for screaming. Don't make loud noises.
I would have yelled at him too.
Noises.
Don't worry, Gordy. We won't over-humanize you on this podcast. Gordy's final gift, a box of balloons from the talented young Mary Jo Elliott, is the direct cause of the chaos to come. As the balloons rose and baked in the hot studio lights, the pressure grew and grew until pop. Much like the Heywood horses, Gordy was safe so long as he felt safe. But in the end, no amount of training can tame a predator.
Gordy attacks Mary Jo Elliott first before turning his attention to Tom Bogan, who played the father. In a fight, a chimpanzee's primary goal isn't to kill, it's to disarm, destroying teeth and hands to reestablish safety through sheer dominance. Young Jupe takes cover beneath the table, where he's helpless to do anything but witness the spectacle unfolding before him. In the midst of the mayhem, a miracle takes place. One of Mary Jo Elliott's shoes, beaten loose in the assault, has perfectly balanced itself on one end. Despite the repeated pounding of Gordy's fist on Mary Jo Elliott's skull, the vibrations never cause the shoe to topple, and Jupe is unable to pull his eyes away. Later, Jupe would make that very shoe the centerpiece of the hidden shrine of his trauma.
Did you actually know that the shoe that is there is a kid? And because it's a kid, there is a square piece of rubber. So if you know about how the shoe is, you know that it can do that. It's not magic. It's just because it's a kid.
If you have knowledge of the object.
You have knowledge of the object.
Yeah.
If you knew what a kid was, you know there's a square of like rubber on one end, and it could perfectly balance, no problems, every time, just like this. Even though you got hit so hard that your shoe came off, it's not magic. It's a kid.
Yeah, I forgot that he goes and then he comes back and he just keeps beating on her for some reason.
Yeah, She moves a little bit and he's like, "Oh, she's not dead."
Yeah.
Okay.
I was very confused because I'm like, what was the setup? Like, I didn't realize that there were people still up there. I thought it looked like everybody had left. I was like, did every single person leave and now he returns and is like, oh no, and like runs across?
Yeah. And he tries to tame him. He's like, stop.
Gordy, no.
Another question for you boys. Imagine it's 1998 and you're playing the weird uncle in the hit sitcom Gordy's Home. You're in the middle of filming Gordy's birthday party and the chimp goes ballistic. How do you react? What's your plan to survive? And do you try to help your co-stars?
I have a feeling I would be the first one to get attacked. Just because I would probably be the biggest target on set.
I thought you were going to be like, because I'm the most ape-like.
Basically.
Because he's dressed exactly like Gordy.
Yeah.
That would be the joke. I'm the weird uncle on set. I showed up in the same outfit Gordy was in. They'd be like, haha, funny. And then Gordy'd be like, nah, man, this is my sweater.
You making fun of me? You making fun of me?
And then I get killed first, maybe allowing everybody else to run away. And then if I do survive and I find out that anybody else got attacked while I was on the ground being attacked and nobody else ran away, I'm going to be upset.
I'd be like, I'm going to come try to solicit money from you
what?
With my non-existent face.
Yeah.
And you're just going to feel bad for me for the rest of your life.
Yeah. So I put fucking run. The dude is an idiot for trying to hide up some fake stairs. And even more dumb for trying to face the chimp alone to try and like, stop. No, you know me, I'm your friend. But I definitely would try and help as many people as I could get out, like before, like as I was running out.
Wrong movie,
yeah.
I'd have like kids under my arms, be like running.
Would you say that it wouldn't just be you, it would be us?
Unrelated to the co-stars.
No, just kids in the audience.
Just grabbing somebody running away.
Yeah. Grabbing a couple for the road.
Yeah. I'm gonna need new like co-stars in my next show.
We gotta keep recording the episode.
Yeah, once fucking he calms down, we're gonna come back to recording.
I think it's too, like, they specifically say at a different point, Juke does, that there are other chimps that play Gordy.
This is the only one that goes.
This is the only one that freaks out. So it's like, just put that one down, get another one in here. Let's finish this episode today. Before lunch.
It would be very fucked, but also kind of funny if it just like hard cut and there's different child actors in the middle of the episode.
They just pick back up. Yeah, it's still Jupe though, and he's just like,
yeah, they keep him
terrified of the chimp.
They're like, nothing even happened to you.
Yeah. You're fine.
Calm down. You're fine.
It's 1998. People don't understand mental trauma.
Yeah, right.
All you need is a little hard work. I feel like there's got to be something on the set that you could use as a weapon.
One of the kids.
Yeah.
Start swinging him like the Hulk.
I do think it's a little bit of a matter of like, once the chimp's attention is on you, you're kind of screwed.
Oh yeah, you're dead.
But if it's currently like, beating on somebody else, you might have a decent shot where if you've got something heavy and you aim it right and you freaking like dome it.
I don't think so. I just don't see it, dude. Those things.
They're tough.
Like for how, like that would be like you would hit it and it would just be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see I'm busy here?
Yeah.
Like you would imagine the whole thing of it being like, do you see? What do you think you're doing? And you're already like dead. You just don't realize it.
My thing is that I'm kind of like, I think like, yeah, for real. If it's like any other situation, any other shoot, I'm like, I'm probably just getting out of there. But like, there are kids on set, and I'm like, I'm never going to like be able to sleep at night if a kid gets like eaten by a chimp when I ran away.
But then you write a book about it afterwards to sell and make money about how traumatizing it was.
Never mind, I'll do that. Yeah.
That's what you need to do, so then you make all the money.
I think the only way to maybe have a fighting chance is if you have like a baseball bat, or maybe that little present Jupe had. You open it up and it's actually a giant 10-ton hammer.
Yep. Yep.
If Gordy's holding a 10-ton hammer in a little box, like, dude, you're freaking screwed.
Yeah.
He looks in your direction and just like, deletes half the set.
Yeah, that's it.
The sound is him splitting an atom between his fingers.
After 6 minutes and 13 seconds, Gordy calms down enough to notice a petrified Jupe watching him from under the table. Gordy slowly approaches him using sign language that I don't know to say, "What happened, family?" The chimp, as confused as anyone, reaches out as if to drag Jupe from under the table, but then Jupe realizes that Gordy isn't attacking him. He's trying to give him a fist bump.
Like in the intro.
Y'all gotta
Like
come.
crappy
You gotta come over here.
Oh,
No,
this way?
No, other way. Right into the corner. There. Oh, whoa! Just like they had done so many times as part of the show, just before their fist can touch, though, someone shoots Gordy in the head, killing him instantly.
Which I actually got kind of sad when that happened. I don't know about you guys. I was like, oh.
Yeah, especially knowing that he was like, "What happened, family?"
I don't. Well, so like I saw that he had done sign language, but I didn't pick up on what it was.
Yeah.
And so I was like, did he just do sign language? And then like he dies like almost immediately, and I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
But I knew it was coming. I was just hoping it wouldn't be in front of me, in front of my eyes. Yeah.
Is this the scene where he's like,
Bro. He's like smelling the blood on his hands,
he's like, what the?
tapping the foot of
What are you doing?
girl.
Get up.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He's like, just play it.
Where her lips go?
Yeah.
Bro, you seen what happened to her?
This is crazy over here, Jude.
Under the table.
It's like possessed by a demon.
Holy crap!
He turns around and sees the applause sign and just.
Just imagine like what you could do, but like I have the present and
Dude.
the item inside of it still, and nobody knows what it is.
How cool of a detail would it have been if you could see that throughout the movie, Jupe was wearing like a cracked watch?
Oh, that would have been so nice.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Instead, he just puts the scissors on his desk from a different movie.
Yeah. Instead, he just chooses to
These
shout
are
out his
cool.
other movie.
Yeah.
The movie cuts from young Jupe's face back to the present, revealing Jupe, lost in thought, as he replays the massacre in his mind. His wife, Amber, takes his hand and he snaps back to reality. It's the big day, and Jupe's just about ready for the biggest show of his career, the Star Lasso experience. No longer will he be the washed-up child actor, forever associated with an awful and unforgettable disaster. From today on, when all eyes are on Jupe, people will see triumph, not tragedy.
I don't know about that, Chief.
I don't know how you did that.
What?
You said snapbacks to reality, and then you didn't go, oh, there goes gravity.
Yeah. Oh, there goes gravity.
That's because you guys were supposed to.
Oh, I did. I did a whole thing.
Yeah, he started laughing.
Also, perfect reference for the movie.
to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Could even be considered foreshadowing for what's about to happen.
No.
Plus, like you keep saying M for emerald.
Yeah.
So every time, even the last time I saw it, I was like M and M.
That would be,
God.
And then now you're like snaps back to reality.
Snaps back to reality. When she's in the barn and the roof gets sucked off.
Oh yeah. Wait. Yeah, you could do that.
And snaps back to reality, and there goes gravity.
There goes gravity. Back at the Heywood Ranch, OJ finds Angel waterproofing the cameras for an incoming storm. So I guess Angel's just part of the team now. He kind of just invited himself in here. OJ notices the flyer for the Star Lasso experience tucked under a pile of horse apples. It's actually a big pile of poop, actually.
Yeah, that's what horse apples are.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that's what they were called. I just called it poop. I just called it feces. And his mind turns to the horses that he sold to Jupe, Lucky in particular. The UFO's already taken 2 of his dad's horses so far. Does OJ really trust Jupe to keep the others safe? Of course not. So OJ takes the flyer as a sign. While Jupe is distracted with the big show, OJ's gonna take his horse back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. No, there goes rabbit.
Me over here just looking at the lyrics right now.
Really? Dude, in high
He
school,
choked, he's so mad.
but he won't give up that easy. Song.
Really?
I had to analyze it because they were trying to teach us like media literacy or something, I guess. I don't know. So she was like, here's this Eminem song. Break down, tell us the story of what happens. And then she's like, after that, you choose a song and break down what happens. That's so fun. It's because everybody chose like such easy songs to interpret. And then I was like, Lake of Fire, Nirvana. It's about a woman going to hell and trying to survive. And they were like, what's wrong with this kid?
Folks trickle into the Star Lasso experience, and Jupe begins by thanking the scattered crowd for attending. In particular, he thanks a veiled woman in the audience, Mary Jo Elliott, who miraculously survived the Gordy's home incident, though she still has scars all over her face.
Yeah, scars is putting it lightly.
She has barely a face.
It's more about what she doesn't have.
Yeah.
No nose, no lips,
no eyebrows.
No eyebrows.
She has teeth. There's just like a top row.
Well, like, because you put it says bears the scars, and I was wanting to say she has bear scars because she was attacked by a bear.
She was attacked by a bear and a chimp. Very lucky one.
Oh, they're crazy.
Unrelated.
The 90s was crazy.
She was like, I gotta find safer work.
Yeah.
There's this movie about this family who becomes friends with a bear.
Yeah. She goes to work on Grizzly Man.
Yeah. It's like Harry and the Hendersons, but they actually use a bear instead of Bigfoot.
Yeah. And they CGI in the Bigfoot.
I like the implication that they used Bigfoot for him.
He's a nice guy, you know? They're hanging out.
Jupe promises that everyone in the audience will leave Jupiter's claim different than they arrived, and he begins to tell them of this incredible night that happened 6 months prior when they first saw the very same UFO that OJ, Emerald, and Angel have yet to film.
I thought that it was like they saw the UFO that killed his dad.
It's the same UFO.
I know, but the same day they saw it before it happened.
It is around the same time.
6 months. I just
ago.
did not even connect that. That does
really.
seem,
I clocked it as like it was like it ate a bunch of things and then it went over and killed his dad.
My thing is like, yeah, he says 6 months ago, but at the same time, it's like he's making a bunch of the stuff up because he's a big loser.
Yeah, he's in the showbiz.
Because he does specifically say that it was and that it is every Friday at exactly 6:13. The ship comes down from the clouds to get the crowd.
Comes out of the crowd. It's like,
he comes out of the crowd. It's crazy. And Jupe believes that he has essentially managed to train this being to return on command, or at least that's what he tries to make out to the audience, even though
He tries to make out with the audience?
He does,
His
but
wife's
of course
right
there
there.
is a ship coming out of the crowds, and he's nervous. But exactly how does one train an alien?
Jupe pulls back a tarp to reveal Lucky inside a large glass box. He plans to offer the horse as a sacrifice to the aliens to make a spectacle of them. This is the real reason why he's been buying OJ's horses, and the reason he was hesitant to discuss returning them at the beginning of the movie. He can't sell them back. He already fed them to the thing hiding in the clouds. Lucky, however, refuses to leave the box, an issue which rapidly escalates in urgency as the aliens descend early.
I have a question. I don't understand.
That's
Why?
not a question.
Why?
That's a statement.
Why is he spending over $11,000 per horse to then feed them every Friday to this alien? Feed him a dog, dude. What do you get? A whole bunch of dogs for that price. Nobody likes dogs anyway.
What if he was,
Get him like anything else, dude. Instead of spending $11,000 on a horse that is trained to be in Hollywood, what are you doing?
He's got to be extorting money somewhere. There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way Jupiter's claim is making enough money to throw away $11,000.
And this is the first time they've done it.
I know, and there's like 5 people in the audience
for no reason to do this.
Let's say that 11.5 is like the standard rate.
This is the 10th horse or the 11th horse. I guess it's the 11th one. So 11 times 11,120, or I guess
100K he spent on horses
to feed them to an alien.
That's crazy.
Now,
buy a bunch of dogs from the pound that are about to be put down.
Now here, imagine how much more successful the Star Lasso experience would have been. Imagine how much greater the spectacle would be if he'd held on to all 10 horses and released them all at once.
Oh my god, absolute chaos.
They jump into the crowd.
It's a recreation of the Gordy's home incident, but with horses.
The alien's
you think you could train these horses?
The alien's like, I'm not going near them. They're crazy.
That's where he messed up.
Exactly.
Lucky, however, refuses to leave the box, an issue which rapidly escalates in urgency as the aliens descend early. Electronics across the park fall silent, and something in the very air changes. Dust gathers into a vortex around the crowd, blowing away Jupe's white hat and revealing Mary Jo Elliott's disfigured face. The vortex swells, and Jupe is unable to run or hide as his patrons are caught up in the deadly spiral, swirling into the darkness above. All he can do is witness, then succumb to the spectacle himself. So, at what point during the Star Lasso experience do you get up and GTFO?
Oh, I put immediately when the horse doesn't run out of the Saw-esque case they have him trapped in. Like, when the horse is scared,
Jupe says, we're going to play a game.
Yeah, we're going to play a game.
Mm-hmm.
The horse doesn't run. A bunch of saws come out from under the chairs into your buttholes.
You'd think they would have noticed the giant contraption under each seat.
Nah.
It's like Oprah. But
yes, yeah. You get a saw.
Couple cool things that I did want to point out about this. Jupe has a white hat.
Yeah.
And like in Western movies, the guy with the white hat is typically the hero. And so the idea is like he thinks he's the hero, and then when he sees this thing and it comes in and blows his hat off, it's like, oh, I just got all these people killed.
Yeah.
It's like he goes from being the hero in his own mind back to just being a victim of the plot again.
Being a scared little kid hiding from a big scary thing.
I do like Jordan Peele kind of does this, but David Lynch did it a lot too. They'll show something that's just kind of unsettling. Like in this scene, they show what's her face's face for a second. It's just unsettling, and they would just do it for no reason, just to make you, uneasy.
Yeah.
And Jordan Peele does that a lot as well. He'll just show you. Like with the face. I think I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, at the beginning of the movie when they show his dad's face.
He'll just show you something quickly just to scare you.
There's also the whole thing with like the veil itself and how like even when Jupe was under the table with Gordy, there is basically a veil hanging down from the tablecloth that they look at each other through. So they're still not making direct eye contact.
Yeah, getting back to that thing from the beginning of the movie with the don't look the horses in the eyes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like even Mary Jo here, when she looks up, like that veil does blow over out of the way to where she still makes direct eye contact.
Cool. That's a good point.
Yep. Which at that point it's kind of like that's it. So I know for me,
it's GG's anyway.
Like I'm thinking like if I was at the Star Lasso experience, like I probably took my kids, so like we're all gonna die. There's no way I can get all these kids up and out in time.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling optimistic.
every question, I'm like, I'm gonna die. I don't know what to tell you,
He's been stuck in snow for a whole week now. He's just ready to die.
It's been over a week now. It's been 8 days.
Well, it's like, actually, this is what I paid for.
Yeah. No, if it wasn't, though, like I was thinking, like at what point would I actually get up? I would like to think that my awareness is enough that I would at least try to get under something. Because I noticed that with specifically OJ, every single time something happens, he gets underneath something in some way. To where it's like, it can't like suck him up through the air because there's something above him. So it's like, if you could just like get under anything for even a moment, you can probably survive.
But you don't know that, like OJ does.
But at the same time, I think that you'd still be like, dude, that's freaking weird.
Yeah.
I don't trust that.
What did I sign up for?
As soon as I see the thing coming out of the clouds, I'd be like, holy crap. This is bigger than I signed up for.
Yeah.
I at least want to get as much distance as I can.
Yeah.
And I think the only exit is like the kind of tunnel thing around the side. So I feel like I'd at least try to make it there. So
get under the bleachers.
Coward, you die like a man.
That's the real answer. At what point do you get up? When you get pulled off of your bleacher by the giant vacuum.
You go right up.
Yeah.
I would have to say, like, what's the time gap for Jupe specifically? Because the moment that the guy hosting this entire event stops speaking and turns around to go, huh? It's like, something's not right.
Yeah.
Might want to take cover. This could be the end.
Another really cool thing that I didn't notice until my second watch of the movie is that when Jupe goes out, like on the back of his like suit that he's wearing, there is a UFO that's like printed on it. And also there's like little plushies of the exact same design as the costumes that his kids were wearing when they came to the Heywood Ranch.
They actually sell the costume there too.
Right. And so that's what he thinks the aliens look like.
Yeah.
So he's still under the impression that this is a ship that's coming through that is, full of little otherworldly things, which is specifically why earlier in the notes here, I mentioned that the aliens look kind of chimp-like. Is that it's almost like when he's thinking of like the least human thing he can think of. It's like something kind of like Gordy.
Interesting.
Because it's stuck in his mind. Then he plays it off. It's almost like how many people deal with trauma.
He's totally over it and doesn't even think about it all the time, literally.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
The next shot of the film comes to us from within the UFO, from a space that is undeniably biological. OJ was right. It's simply just an animal out for a meal. We watch as Jupe, his family, and the whole screaming audience are digested We hear them squelch against the aliens' slick innards as they are sucked deeper in and further from escape. A woman screams as she encounters evidence of the aliens' last meal. And the attendees of Jupiter's Claim are ushered to eternal silence with a single tremendous crunch. And the coolest. See, but it kind of reminded me of, have you guys ever been to like one of those horror houses that have like the room that's balloon pretty much to make you like squeeze? Have you guys been in one of those?
I haven't.
It freaks me out. I hate it. They'll put like, I guess tarps or something in like these like areas, and then they'll pull them together, like blow them together. So you have to squeeze through like this tiny little thing, but it doesn't like, you're not like stuck. You can get through it, but it feels like something's like always touching you as you're going down this long hallway.
I feel like there would also be people on the other side of the tarp that are like, let me just touch your belly while you come through.
I'm sure that happens.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember from going to a haunted house thing was there was a guy in a diaper running around, full grown man in a diaper screaming at everybody.
The guy wasn't even a scare actor.
No, they're like, I don't know who that guy is.
That was actually Polk.
No. You had to go through a bus and then you came down and there was like all this stuff, and the first thing you see is this guy in a diaper, like ready for you. And like
ready for you makes it so much more ominous.
A buddy of mine who is like 6'5", probably 320, like was one of the best like linemen in Central Arkansas. We put him first. We put him at the front of the group, and he had this laugh where he was like constantly. As soon he was at the front, as soon as we heard the laugh, we were like, I don't know what is up there for him to be laughing like that, but something crazy is about to happen. And then he spent the entire time giggling, laughing like that all the way through, to the point all of the scare actors were just like,
what's the point?
Nothing we're gonna do is gonna work. If we can't scare that guy or make him stop laughing, because you could hear him all the way through this giant warehouse that they had set up.
Yeah.
So everybody was just like constantly looking up, like, what is that laugh?
Yeah.
Afterwards, OJ arrives at Jupiter's Claim to find the automated park PA telling everyone in the empty streets that it's time to go home. He finds Lucky unharmed and is still in the glass box. Human screams echo across the desert. It's insane, proving to OJ something bad has happened to Jupe and everyone else that was here.
We never really talked about the landscape. They're literally trapped in, if you haven't seen the movie, they're like in a valley. Like there's nothing, they're stuck in like between mountains.
It's like a giant trench.
Yeah, pretty much. Like they're literally in the middle of nowhere, trapped with this thing. And the way it moves is kind of awesome.
Yeah.
There's like one scene where it goes over the valley. It looks so cool to me.
Yeah.
It like moves with the land so perfectly. It's awesome.
Yeah.
OJ hurries Lucky out of the glass shelter and towards his truck, eager to escape, but they're too slow. The alien has been watching this entire time, and now that Lucky has been let out of his shelter, he swoops in to feed once more. OJ is then lifted off of his feet, but luckily he was able to make it underneath like a little awning nearby, so he hits the ceiling and then falls back into a wall, knocking him unconscious.
I thought that was under the bleachers.
Yeah, it's like close by, like, because like he hits like a wood thing.
It's the tunnel that comes into the like the stadium,
which is why like I thought you need to be under something, because it's every single time I'm like, oh, this stupid alien thing can't pull like the roof off of a building.
No.
Until, you know, I guess it gets mad or something.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, it can do that. Everybody's just gotten lucky up to this point. Oh, like the horse. Wow. Is he lucky? Did the horse die here?
No, Lucky makes it to the end.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
That's actually the last thing you see in the movie.
So he is lucky.
He is, yes. I think that's the whole point. That's why he's named that way.
Yeah.
That's why it's asked earlier. It's like, is he lucky though? And he's like, yeah.
Lucky is the horse that's survived all this crap, and then Ghost is the one that his father dies on.
They should have named one like Strawberry, and then that's the one that gets eaten by the alien.
Clover. It's Clover.
Oh, it is
Clover.
I didn't even clock that, dude.
I didn't think about it until just now. Also, they're supposed to not eat that much clover, otherwise it's bad for their hooves.
Yeah.
He's too rich for him.
But it's not a horse, it's an alien, so it doesn't matter.
OJ wakes up after sunset, the storm raging overhead. He gathers his senses and finds Lucky, alive and living up to his name. He calls M, now certain that the UFO is an animal. He warns her that this alien is a predator, and that it sees the Agua Dulce Valley as its territory.
Have you ever been knocked out?
I've passed out.
But yeah, how long were you passed out?
Maybe 10 seconds?
Exactly. You know what happens if you get knocked out and you're out for minutes?
No.
You have brain damage.
Oh, shit.
I was thinking, like, if he wakes up and it's like nighttime and he's like, oh, and like he calls his sister and he's just like, Emerald. She's like, are you okay?
What's this guy on?
I was working out when we were in football and we did this dumb thing, skull crushers. But
oh my God.
So like normally, you know, you would just lay down on the bench and you would grab the bar and you would start doing it. But this time, because where like the bar would be, instead of us having to sit all weird inside the rack, we were like, there's bolts that come out the back of the rack.
Oh, smart.
So let's put it on those bolts and then you could just grab it and go. So I lay down with the bar like right above my head, and the guy that was supposed to spot me, he didn't realize the bar wasn't in the rack. So he grabbed the bar to hold it against the rack and it rolled off and hit me in the head.
Oh.
And so it like hit like right here and like took all this like skin and everything off. Like I was out for like a moment. And then like when I come back to, I'm like, huh?
That's actually why he wears the bandana. There's no skin under it.
Yeah, it's just
brain.
Raw red muscle.
And, like I remember, I like halfway remember like making my way across the room and everybody's like, oh, is that guy okay? I'm like, I'm good. And then like, I'm bleeding like down my face. And like the trainer or whatever, it was like, all right, what's your address? And I gave the trainer my phone number.
Oh.
And I was like,
It's like, this isn't appearing on Google Maps.
It hit me after though, like immediately. I was like, that's my phone number. And then they were like,
sat down and watched season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen and was like, this shit's ass.
This show sucks, dude.
So OJ's call to Emerald is cut short, however, as her phone dies, proving that the alien has beat OJ home. Angel's van crawls to a halt as he attempts to drive away from the Heywood house, forcing him back inside to seek refuge with Emerald. The rain stops overhead, and it seems like the storm might be passing them by until Emerald realizes the truth. The giant flesh frisbee is blocking the rain like an umbrella because it's literally right on top of the Heywood house. That's like one of my favorite parts of the movie, by the way. Just like great use of this very unique monster design.
Yeah.
Screams can be heard from above, unbearably loud, somehow amplified by the beast, before suddenly stopping. The rain returns, only it's not rain. The alien vomits blood and indigestible debris onto the roof, and Emerald and Angel watch the windows turn filmy red, painted with the ruby remains of Jupe's family.
I like how the reveal that it's using blood because it's like a window scene and the blood just slowly starts dripping
right
down the window.
And then it cuts to outside and you just see the junk pouring out of the thing. And there's like the music for this part is awesome because it's just like a bunch of really discordant like strings. And you're just seeing like random stuff from like the audience's pockets just like burying itself into like the roof and just the surroundings of the Heywood house.
Like,
including the whole freaking like mobility scooter that Mary Jo Elliott was on.
And what's his face? He's like, you got a scooter on your roof.
Then none of them acknowledge that. Basically, this is when you finally understand what happened to Otis Sr. at the beginning of the movie. It's that it actually mentions there's like a like a report that you can hear early on in the movie where it talks about how a bunch of hikers have gone missing in the area.
Yep.
Or a bunch of hikers went missing 6 months ago or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's that basically the dad was killed by something from their packs and stuff like that falling on the ranch. But also a really cool thing I want to point out is that this is almost definitely inspired by like real stuff in the animal kingdom, particularly with owls. Owls are known for they'll eat, rats and mice and stuff like that. And then if you're ever like out in your yard and you find this weird little clump of like hair and bone, either there are witches in your area, or owls, because owls can't digest those parts. They only digest, all of the like more squishy bits. And then they have to literally vomit up all the stuff they can't digest. Yeah. And so that's the same thing that I think.
Yeah, he's like, metal, not good for my intestines.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
OJ races home, but the electromagnetic field surrounding the alien causes his truck to lose power on the approach. He peers hard through the windshield, trying to see what's happening at his house, but the rain makes it impossible to see, until suddenly, it clears, and OJ watches the shadow of death pass over him. OJ eases the door of his truck open and looks up to find the line of flags from the decoy horse dangling from the black hole high above him. He nopes back into the safety of the truck, only to have the decoy horse burst through his windshield, finally freed from the alien's throat? That jump scare got me so good, by the way.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I did not expect that at all. Especially with this movie doing all kinds of fake jump scares left and right. Yeah. It's like the only real one in the movie.
Yeah, the horse jump scare.
It's cool when OJ is looking at his house because the alien is still above his house spewing blood on them. Blech. So it's like all this rain and you just see like darkness in the distance pouring over his house. It's really cool.
A darkness within the darkness.
Yes.
OJ somehow manages to fall asleep in the truck, but wakes up when the music starts blasting from Angel's van, signaling that the alien has retreated. While Angel and Emerald argue whether or not it's safe to leave the house, OJ leaves Lucky in the trailer and sneaks to Angel's truck. He opens the door and Angel and M hear the radio. Could they not hear it?
It's muffled.
Yeah, the door's closed, so he opened it so they could hear it better. So he's like, come on.
And it's freaking blasting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the music in that scene, so freaking good.
I want to know what song it is, because it sounds like a song, but it's
I
only pick up when they drive away. But it's specifically after what happens.
Yeah, from my wife's like Halloween playlist that we listen to from the months of like June to December every year. We've got
Halloween. Good story.
She's got it in there so that it's the original song, and then it immediately goes into the slowed down version.
That's
from
cool.
the movie. It's so cool. Nice. There's like a fader on it so that it's like so good.
They rush to join OJ, but the sky darkens as the alien descends from far above the lingering storm clouds. OJ finally understands that he's dealing with an animal and then treats it accordingly. He keeps his eyes down, acting submissive
and breathable,
making it clear that he isn't a threat. I knew that was coming up. because I read over it last night in bed, and then I was trying not to laugh hysterically.
OJ's pretty breedable, don't you think? Question, guys. Do you think OJ is breedable?
Right at the beginning.
He is a horse breeder, yes.
He does think quickly and allows for the three to escape from the valley and return to town. They crash at Angel's apartment until night, grab some fast food, and try to forget any of the alien business ever happened. Or that's what Angel and Emerald want, at least.
That scene is so funny because it's like Angel and Emerald are both obviously like super high.
Yeah.
OJ's just like, I don't think it eats you if you don't look at it.
You completely skipped over the scene where they go back to his house and he's like, I got weed, and then it was like, that's all you were gonna say.
Yeah. That's the part where they're like bust into the liquor cabinet and like, start posting to their dad. That's the actually part.
Yeah.
This is the scene I thought was super weird and didn't understand when they're back at his apartment, because like Angel is sitting there in the chair. He's like here. He's got like the goggles on.
VR
He's
headset
like,
on.
Yeah. And then like OJ's like over here beside him, just like staring out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Emerald is like back by the door, just like standing facing the door, just like
she's also playing VR.
Yeah. And I'm like, what VR is she doing right now?
I don't know. The new MetaQuest 3 or whatever. No, I think it proves like OJ is like locked in, like he wants to get this shit figured out and like
and they want to go to another world.
Yeah, they don't want to mess with it anymore.
It's like just don't go back. Claim the insurance on your house that was destroyed by another airplane that flew over and killed everybody. Because everything is covered in blood still.
And then the insurance company comes out to check it out and they're like, what happened here?
No idea.
There was a big saw trap about a mile away.
Yeah. They're like, that's a lot of DNA evidence on your house.
Wait, it rained blood. He like spit blood out. But before he didn't spit blood out on them earlier in the movie. Wouldn't he have done the same thing?
It has eaten a ton and it still has the horse lodged in its throat. I kind of almost wonder if that's like its blood.
I did wonder that too, yeah. It's like, did it like cut it? Now it's like,
it tries to crush everybody. Because also, it's like that blood, to be a little morbid, that's some good nutrients. You know?
Got some iron up in there. Yeah.
I'm like, that's probably part of the reason it's freaking eating them. You know, when it does that like crunch on them, it's closing part of its body around the, you know, giant, like inflexible metal horse. And so it's like, that probably doesn't feel too good.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
The ever-responsible OJ isn't finished in Agua Dulce. Over dinner, he explains that the alien doesn't eat you if you don't look at it. It's an animal, he says, and every animal has rules. Emerald pushes back. She won't even consider going to the farm again. She asks OJ if he wants her to admit that it was stupid to try to record the alien. OJ denies it, telling Emerald that she was right. This is their moment, but that moment is about to pass. If they want to be the ones to reveal the alien to the world, they have to do it now before the media swarms Agua Dulce to investigate the disappearances at Jupe's claim. Of course, that's not the only thing motivating OJ. He's also thinking about Lucky, who's still trapped in the horse trailer, and all the other horses on the ranch. This is what makes OJ my favorite character in any horror movie. He's just got this quiet resolution to do what he believes is right.
Yeah.
He has mouths to feed, and he's going to feed them, blood rain or shine.
Yeah.
The second time I watched the movie, I was like, holy crap. I thought I didn't like any of the characters in this movie. OJ freaking rocks. He's such a good character.
He's so stoic the whole time.
The performance that Daniel Kaluuya gives in this movie is like, I don't think I've seen a character in another movie that is so like flat on the surface and just neutral, but like obviously has so much going on under the surface.
Yeah.
There's so many little subtle things about his character and just like the way he's written and the way, like, you know, the actual performance that just, I don't know, it just sells it so well. It's very it's very believable and grounded. And also I just love the idea of like, it seems like a small thing for, you know, it's like, okay, they're horses. Like you're going to put your life on the line for horses.
Yeah.
But like, that kind of is his whole life. Like that's all he knows how to do is take care of these horses. And it's like, that's also all he has left of his dad. And he was a lot closer with Otis Sr. than Emerald was. You know, this is his inheritance in some way. And he's like, you know, it is, there is nothing more valuable to him.
Maybe he's kind of like the scientist guy. And he finds horses to be more human-like than humans. So he'd rather save the horses than let them be eaten. Kind of the opposite of Jupe.
Yeah,
Like, Jupe,
maybe so.
Jupe finds them like disposable.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
he's like willing to spend all this money to buy them, and then they'll just
Mhm.
let them go, let them die. So all these
Yeah,
other
that's a good
people
point.
are like, I was like, they're just animals. But to him, it's like, no, they're really nice, they're really kind creatures. They don't deserve to
Mhm.
be eaten by this weird alien creature.
Watching it the first time, it didn't stand out to me that like, oh yeah, this guy is grieving.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like that's part of his character now, and like why he is emotionally detached from nearly everything but the horses, because like that's the one thing left over from his dad. That's like the one thing he knows. Like, have y'all seen the movie Vivarium?
Yep.
So in that movie, there's a whole scene where the guy,
Tom, yeah.
he goes outside at one point and begins to dig because he's like,
Mhm.
we're gonna find our way out. And like his girlfriend or whatever, she comes out and she's like, hey, stop digging, like come in, help. And he's like, look, this is the only thing that I can do. This is the only thing I know how to do. This is the only thing that's gonna help. Just let me do this. And it's kind of like the same thought process as OJ throughout the movie. It's like, this is what I know how to do. Just let me take care of the horses. That's the one thing Dad wanted me to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what else happens. I am going to take care of these horses.
Now that he knows that the alien is the thing that killed his dad, he probably wants some closure. Like he wants the alien to leave.
He wants to be the one to eat the alien.
Yeah, he wants to eat the alien.
Also, I will say though, they are broke. They
yeah.
literally have absolutely nothing that isn't on the farm directly under the alien.
Yeah.
Question time. What, if anything, would motivate you to brave the dangers of Agua Dulce and return to the ranch?
Probably solely because it's my childhood home, and it's like the only thing I have
Like
left.
that would be enough for you?
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
I'd want to protect the horses, kind of like what we were talking about. It's like
Mhm.
they don't deserve to just sit out there and like die because I'm too cowardly to go back and go grab them. So also, if I could get a picture of that alien, I would be hella rich. So
What else are you going to do?
yeah,
Like in
Are you
reality, what else am I going to do? Am I just going to up and leave all of my stuff, everything I know, disappear, and then like the cops would show up out there and be like, that's weird. This entire house is covered in blood. And now the people there decided to leave. We might want to find them.
I will say, you could also just be like, I'm gonna go back for a little bit, let the horses out, and then I'm gonna go get a job in town.
yeah.
That's one thing that I think is interesting, and also is like reinforces the themes of the movie a lot. At no point does anybody in this movie think like, oh yeah, I'll just go get a normal job.
Yeah.
Like the only person in this movie with a normal job is Angel. Yeah. And he's freaking miserable.
Oh, he hates it.
There's one other person, his one coworker that we see.
Oh yeah.
Her name is Nessie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of wonder, like, one of the things that I've always wondered about this movie is like whether or not it's actually even supposed to be an alien. Because they never confirm that it's like from outer space. It's just assumptions that people make. And so her being named Nessie kind of reinforces to me my favorite little theory, which is that this thing's actually just a cryptid and has been out in the desert for like forever.
That's why I kind of hinted towards it earlier to see if you'd bring it up, but But yeah, it makes sense because there's some weird cryptids, like the the mudslide monster or whatever. It's like this giant fish thing.
Yeah.
Surely somebody's gonna see that at some point, you know?
My answer is that I think if it was my dead dad's horses, that would get me out there, because I'm like, dude, I'm like, if it was like my mom's horses, I'd be like, she really loved those horses.
It's like, I gotta go try and save them at least.
Yeah, I gotta at least like set them free.
But they have a horse trailer that it can fit multiple horses.
Yeah, but the horse trailer is hooked up to the truck with a gigantic metal horse in the windshield.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's street legal.
I don't know about that. If I could, you could probably ask a friend, be like, hey, can I keep my horses here for a second? Naturally, Emerald thinks OJ has lost his freaking mind. She's not about to risk her life for a bunch of horses and another chance to fail at filming the alien. But then she gets a text that causes her to reconsider. Antler's Holst has seen the news about the disappearances at Jupiter's Claim and realized that his only chance to film the impossible is at Agua Dulce, at the Heywood Ranch. He's finally willing to help the Heywoods reach the mountaintop of fame. The next day, OJ, M, and Angel return to find Holst sitting in front of the blood-soaked Heywood house watching the unmoving cloud. If he wasn't fully committed to the shoot before, he is now. And he's brought something special to make sure that they get what they're looking for. A hand crank operated film camera, which I called when I answered that question earlier. Without a single electrical component for the alien to screw with.
I have to say, the part here, the like high-fiving that Angel and OJ do.
That's so awesome.
That is legitimately my favorite moment in the entire movie.
Oh yeah, it's so awesome.
It's like the most intense high five of all time.
They've been doing it their whole life, and you can tell.
Yeah, dude, it's so good.
This is also the scene where he goes, you got a scooter on your roof, and they just ignore him. They put their heads together and devise a plan. And most importantly, they finally give the monster a name, Jean Jacket. It's time to mend a broken promise. Everything is in its place. All that's left is to execute.
It's so good.
So good.
Dude, when the Jean Jacket title displays here, I get chills every time.
Really?
It's so good. Yeah, just because like the lead up to it and like, you know, the whole reason being like it's OJ giving Emerald another chance to, you know, tame this beast. It's like he's making this thing right that his dad never did. And it's like in this way, he's, you know, even rising above the standards that his dad set. But it's in a way that is much more important to him. And it's not just, you know, him trying to be what his dad was, but now he's actually becoming something that's like this fusion of who he truly is with, you know, like the kind of interpersonal skills that like his dad had, where it's like, now there is this team, they're coming together to do this whole shoot. It's just like everything that, you know, OJ has not been this whole movie, now is the chance where he is able to become that.
Yeah. He's finally woken up and is like, I know what I'm good at. I'm gonna do what I'm good at, which is taking care of horses.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. With Holst having brought this new camera that's like, oh, okay, now we might actually have a shot at recording this thing. I wanted to ask you guys, what kind of resources would it take for you to risk your life recording the alien? How big of a crew and what kind of equipment would you need? Stuff like that.
You want to go first this time, Polt?
I think you mean Gordy.
Gordy. Sorry.
Banana. It would take me 2 banana.
maybe like a cluster or a bundle.
A bunch?
Bunch, there you go.
That's it. Not like, because at this point I would already be like on board, like especially if Holst showed up, whatever, dude. I'd let him figure out the whole film thing. Yeah, I'm just tell me what to do. I'll take care of whatever needs to be done. Like it's one thing that always bothers me. Like I've had to work around a bunch of people. And a bunch of the times, there's people that they do want to take charge, and they've got to be the chief of everything. And I'm like, that's cool, dude. Just tell me what you want me to do. I'm not going to get in the way. And then there's other times that nobody knows.
Sometimes you got to be a follower.
Yeah. There's other times nobody knows what to do. And I'm like, I guess I'll be the leader. That's cool. I'll take care of whatever needs to be done. And at this point, it seems like they've got the film part figured out. That's cool. I'm just going to take care of the horses, whatever. I don't think I would need a very big crew, especially if I am OJ, because it's like, dude doesn't have any friends anyway. His only friend was like his dad.
Yeah.
And now this IT guy. Yeah, like he's got his horses, dude. Yeah. And like Emerald, like your sister, you're making amends, so that's cool, but Yeah, I don't know who else I would call anyway. Like, Hole shows up, I'm good to go. Let's do this thing. We have been so close, like 3 to 4 different times.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is gonna be the time or we're all gonna die. I think I'm fine with either.
I would probably bring a small crew, like 3 to 4 max. So like what they have. I thought that was like perfect. Because you don't want to have to worry about too many people. Like if somebody does something crazy, you could probably go help them. But if you have like 6 to 8 people, there's too many voices, too many things going on.
I guess it kind of becomes also a matter of, are you okay with losing somebody?
Yeah, that's true. And there's less likely that happening unless somebody is stupid and decides to, I don't know, go stand underneath and look at the alien or something. Like that happens in the movie somewhere, I hope. But I put, before I watched the scene, said I would put lights every half mile, just like a on light to see where the, like on in each direction, just to see where it's coming from.
Bro, you were so in tune with the vision.
Dude, I am Jordan Peele. Do you guys not know this? I just like morph into Jordan Peele. But I also said, I put that, and I said it's also a bit more discreet than the hundreds of wacky inflatable arm flailing tube men that they just have all around their.
Is that also what you wrote?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then bring my crank camera, and I would anchor myself to the ground. So if I accidentally look at it, it's not pulling me up.
Yeah. And as soon as you see lights go off, you just start cranking it.
Yeah, it also annoys me. I'll get to it here in a second. Holst annoys me when he's just the whole time cranking. I'm like, don't do it until you see the fucking alien. What are you doing?
You're just wasting all of the film.
He does. He wastes a whole fucking reel of IMAX film because the alien's not even there yet. Anyways.
I wonder how much
until the moment that they need it.
Too much money. It's way too much money.
Does a roll of IMAX film cost? Film stock alone is $1,000 for 1,000 feet, about 7 minutes of footage. Holy crap, bro!
It's just wasted $1,000, and then right when the alien's beginning to show up, he runs out of film because he's doing it for 7 goddamn minutes.
He's like, "Hey, restock this."
A 1,000 foot roll of film costs $1,509 and runs for 3 minutes.
That's crazy.
So he is legitimately out here spending thousands of dollars on this project.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Which actually not that bad for,
Film guy.
all things considered.
Mr. Film guy. A lemon tart making film super person.
He sells one of those lemon tarts and he's made that back threefold.
Yep.
Yeah. And actually film is forever like you can make it bigger and bigger. Like you can what am I trying to say? You can always make it's forever scalable. So that's why Star Wars still looks so good today. Fun fact, because they made it in film. So if you got a video of this alien in film, even down the line, it's like that'll be the most clear picture. Of the
one thing
universe.
that's cool is there's a line from him where he says like, "Oh, I tend to do one for them, one for me," referring to the commercial that they shot earlier in the film, where it's like he's saying that he makes his money doing that so that he can make the stuff that he's actually interested in doing, which means that for this shoot, they're using the money that he made from that commercial.
Oh, I didn't even clock that.
Nice.
I thought he was saying that because it was like, I'll do this for them, and then they'll have to do something for me. They'll have to let me use their
No. Yeah,
for free.
it's kind of like how with like YouTube, it's like you put out the like your typical stuff so that every now and then you can put out one of the weird things that you're like, I just want to do this.
It's like us.
I don't care if it doesn't get
you guys doing all this work and I'm taking all the income.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wait, we're gonna release these?
But we were just hanging out. Yeah.
I thought you guys just wanted to spend time with me. My answer would be, I think I would probably want like a bigger crew because I would want to have
like 100 people all standing out there being like, "There it is," and then you get them getting sucked up.
That's a true spectacle.
That is a true spectacle.
Sacrifice a couple people from the IT store.
Yeah.
My camera out there doesn't work. Go fix it.
Yeah. I feel like I'd want one other station, like the one that Angel and Holst set up, so that you've got like a backup for them. I think if I was, like if I was going to risk my life for it, that's the key part here. If I was going to risk my life for it, I got to have at least that, because it's like, bro, we're sitting here recording this and we're like, every few minutes we're like, we are recording, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, if I did that and Angel was like, oh, I forgot, I accidentally let a little bit of light get on the film, I'd be like, I'm actually going to kill you.
I'm sacrificing you right now.
Prepare to die.
Yeah. I've got to have backups.
Yeah.
The next morning, the crew takes to the valley. OJ atop of Lucky, like a modern cowboy, Angel and Holst are stationed on the mountainside with the camera, and Emerald is in the barn to coordinate everything. They've rigged the ranch with a network of wacky inflatable arm flailing tube men hooked up to car batteries. I don't know why I never noticed how they hooked them up.
Sorry.
Wait, what?
The Family Guy bit, that's all I think about every single time.
I've just never heard them be called anything else.
That's what they are.
Something. They call
dancers.
them.
They do call them
dancers,
dancers in the movie. But
What?
before the movie, I'd never heard them be called anything else.
No,
What were you saying about the car batteries?
I didn't realize that that's how they were powered.
I didn't either.
Because I was like, surely they have their own like power source at like each one. Otherwise, they would all like go out.
I just figured it was like generators.
Yeah, because there's the scene where Angel is sneaking out into the parking lot of Jupiter's Claim, and he's like, sorry, dead people.
That's why he did that. Oh,
Yeah.
It's like all these stuff that they keep stealing from Jupiter's Claim that I didn't notice. Never picked up on it.
It's kind of like what I said earlier in the video.
Oh, it's almost like you said it right here, courtesy of the victims of Star Lasso experience.
Oh, hey.
That's
But yeah,
what
everything
that
in
means.
this movie, it is shown for a reason. The big giant inflatable guy, like M just looks up at him for a second. Yeah, it's everything has a purpose in this movie. It's awesome.
Very nice.
Dude, there's no way that one like little used car dealership had that many.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. They drove around, stole a bunch from everywhere else. When Jean Jacket approaches, the dancers will go limp, allowing the crew to monitor the monster's movement. OJ patrols the pastures until one of the dancers finally falls. However, as soon as the first dancer dies, a man rides up to the Heywood house on a motorcycle. Emerald goes out to tell him to screw off, but he's weirdly persistent. She assures him that he really doesn't want to be here and that he doesn't need to go, as Crow wrote, any further into the valley, to which the motorcycle whips out a camera.
The motorcyclist.
No, the motorcycle whips out his camera.
It's like that Transformer.
It turns it on M and then begins to question her about the disappearances. This is Ryder Muybridge, a reporter from the world's most shameless collection of spectacle seekers, TMZ.
This is the craziest thing in the movie to me.
Yeah, like he shows up and I'm just like,
It's TMZ here.
Yeah, it's really funny. But that's like, I think why they do include it.
Yeah. And I mean, it makes sense too, because like Jupiter's Claim is just like right there. It's like they already know, it's all over the news. Like they've had enough time for Holst to make it here.
And also his helmet is another callback to the CGI thing we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
the giant reflective helmet. Yeah.
Realizing that he isn't going to get any answers out of Emerald, Muybridge zooms away on his motorcycle, directly towards Jean Jacket. He hits the electromagnetic field at about 60 miles per hour, and instantly, the motors in his bike seize. Muybridge is launched over the nose of his bike, and with a yelp, and his body crumples to the toasty SoCal soil. Angel remarks that he's probably super dead already, to which, with perfect comedic timing, Muybridge begins to scream. Muybridge begins to hoot and holler.
Just straight hollering out everywhere.
Dude, this scene is like, it's so funny because the dude was acting so big and bad and tough.
Yeah.
I'm with TMZ. And then it's like, whoosh.
What's the matter? Don't you want to be famous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is he going?
He's trying to go to Jupe's claim. He's just passing through there. Every single time that I've watched this movie before now, I've been like, why does his bike just stop? It was
It's electric.
No, I was like, wouldn't it still continue to coast?
No.
But yeah, that's how motors work. Yeah.
Yep.
Especially
Anyway,
being like electric like that. Like as soon as it cuts off, everything's gonna lock up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it would lock up that quick just because of the way that everything's set up. But I mean, it could. It could. I don't know what kind of bike it is. So
Everything did seem to like slow to a halt before, but his was just
that's
like.
the thing is he's going really fast, and the bike doesn't have a whole lot of weight to push through the like magnetic resistance within the motors. Anyway, the only reason I noticed that was different now is because of the fact that I have an electric car. I was like, oh, that is how that would work.
Yeah.
I was like, if it loses power, then it does just like stop.
that's it.
Yeah. Despite Emerald's protests, OJ, the real one that he is, attempts to save Ryder. The reporter is severely injured, his arm crooked at an unnatural angle. His mind clearly in shock. Despite that, he practically begs OJ to grab his camera. If the man himself has to suffer, at least he wants to get that juicy shot out of it, which is such a TMZ guy kind of thing. Muybridge is great because he represents the most spectacle-obsessed place that a human could possibly be in, TMZ. His desire to be seen is so great that it's all he can think about even when his body is broken and he's about to die. OJ tries to straighten out the man's limbs to load him onto Lucky's back, but that's when the star makes his appearance, and Jean Jacket finally dips down from the clouds. OJ drops Ryder back in the dirt, mounts Lucky, and starts galloping away. But both men are swallowed up in a cloud of dust.
That's when we get one of Crow's favorite scenes in the entire movie.
No, this is objective. This is objectively true.
Yeah, this is
always
objectively
right.
true.
It's my favorite movie. I have to be right about it.
Emerald, Angel, and Holst worry that OJ just got swallowed up by Jean Jacket until he and Lucky burst out of the vortex of dust. OJ's hood is up and Lucky is moving like the wind. It's showtime. Do or die, now or never. There would be no second chances.
Reflectors are sewn into the back of OJ's hood to keep Jean Jacket on his trail. Even if OJ wanted to, he couldn't look away. He races down the driveway like a one-man stampede, with Jean Jacket hot on Lucky's heels. The alien is fast, too fast, but Lucky is fast enough. At the last possible second, OJ releases a parachute from the back of Lucky's saddle. It catches the wind and flies back quickly towards Jean Jacket, causing the alien to recoil and break the chase. Jean Jacket lurches to the side to avoid the parachute, and OJ leaps from Lucky's back and into the cover of a shed. From the shelter, OJ peeks out to watch as Jean Jacket hooks back around the far side of the Heywood house and shatters the sound barrier to escape from him.
I love how OJ the whole time is like hyping Lucky up. He's like, "You're faster than him. You got it. You got it. You can go. Just keep going." And then he hops off the thing. And
Oh, cool.
it's so cool. Like he's had that horse forever, and it was like heartbreaking that he had to sell it. On the ridge above, Antler's Holst is practically trembling as he comes to grips with what his camera just captured. Emerald and Angel cheer while OJ recovers in the shed, but Antlers realizes that they've done something wonderful and terrible all at once. They truly did capture the impossible shot. However, as he tells Angel, we don't deserve the impossible. If the TMZ reporter was the embodiment of the desire to be seen, Holst embodies the opposite end of that spectrum, the desire to see. Here, Holst jeopardizes himself and the entirety of the shoot in order to get an even better look at Jean Jacket. And ultimately, it costs him his life. Holst keeps recording right up until the moment he disappears into the darkness of Jean Jacket's mouth, proving that the cameraman does die on occasion. But no, it's the dumbest death in the movie to me. It pisses me off. I'm like, why? Why? The whole reason you are there is to capture video or a picture of this alien. You do your job, and then you're like, we can't do this. This isn't ours. We're not supposed to see this. And then he's like, he could have at least left the IMAX camera down there with him, as he dies.
He takes a second one.
Oh, there's two?
It's like a smaller camera that he has. because he has one that's like this big.
I thought he grabbed it off the thing and took it with him as he died. And I was like, why did he do that? That's so rude.
When he goes up, he has this small one that he unveils, like throws it open, like the way that they did back in the Western movies, where you would have a guy wearing the full poncho.
I didn't thought about that. That's so cool.
He throws it open to reveal that he's got like a, I guess like
backup.
Well, like in Back to the Future, which is also Back to the Future 3, which is referencing another movie, which they do it multiple times, because like in Back to the Future 2 it happens, and that's how he knows to do it. In 3, he wears the poncho and then throws it off to show that he's got the metal plate, so that way he can't get shot. It's the same style when he throws it open and has the miniature camera to use. But Angel, at that point, runs over and gets on the other camera and begins filming. But then he gets thrown to the side and wraps up in the tarp.
Yeah, so I also always thought that it was like he's taking the film up top. Yeah. But it is that he leaves the film behind.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay, then, well, never mind. I'm a little less mad now.
Holst's death is almost honorable. His encounter with Jean Jacket induces something akin to enlightenment. After seeing that he can no longer exploit the alien to become famous, instead he wants to keep the spectacle to himself. I also think there's a possibility that Holst, a filmmaker, didn't want to live in a world where this was the standard of spectacle. How could anyone ever compete with this footage ever again? How could he compete with himself? He realizes that he is already atop of the mountain, both literally and figuratively, and there was nowhere else for him to go but down. Or, you know, maybe it had something to do with the mysterious pill that he took just before the shoot started that morning anyway.
As soon as he gets the camera set up, he's like,
oh, what the hell? I didn't even notice that.
That was all me. That was all my personal thoughts and what I think.
So funny.
You're so smart, Polter.
Thanks, yeah, so profound.
I'm glad that y'all liked exactly how I said that.
Jean Jacket notices Angel watching it and goes after him. It attempts to suck him up, but just ends up launching him and all the film equipment down the hillside, ruining the footage that Holst already captured. Angel rolls down the hill alongside spools of film before getting wrapped up in a tarp and tangled in a barbed wire fence. Jean Jacket, now truly enraged, turns its attention to Emerald, who has been shouting in the barn. In a move that I absolutely didn't see coming, Jean Jacket just freaking rips the roof off the barn. Yeah, same as you, Paul. I was like, it can do that?
Yeah. It hasn't done that this whole time.
Yeah.
Jean Jacket's also like, I can do that?
Yeah. What the hell?
Should have done that sooner. I could have eaten all the horses.
He does get a pretty anime-esque like power up here in a second.
Yeah. So Emerald gets flung out into the yard and stunned, she comes to her senses just in time to see Jean Jacket hovering over Angel once again, who is frantically twisting the barbed wire around himself to tether his body to the ground. That is one of the hardest things to watch in this movie, surprisingly.
He is wrapped in a tarp, though.
I know. I fully expected it to like pull him so strong that it was going to rip his body in half.
Rips in it, yeah.
That, honestly, would have been sick.
I know, but I think I've just seen way too many horror movies because that was like immediately what I thought of. I was like, oh, he's going to get ripped in half.
Jean Jacket tries to swallow him and nearly succeeds as fence posts are torn up from the ground, but the alien is unable to rip Angel free of his barbed wire lifeline, which I made a note here that barbed wire lifeline would make an awesome band name.
It would. I agree.
You can call it BL for short. You can sell merch that says, I love BL.
I love BL. I love BBL. M rises and hobbles to OJ's hiding place in the shed. And in the background, we can see Jean Jacket starting to unfold. As it turns out that it wasn't even in its final form. Dragon Ball Z-esque form. It was awesome. And it's expanding into some sort of huge jellyfish-looking thing. I wouldn't say. Oh, well.
This is your thoughts. So what do you think it looks like?
I was thinking more like it was like blimps, like just like but cooler. You know,
blimps but cooler. I was gonna say apparently the design that it turns into in the production notes, I think I read this online. I don't even remember where I read it, but apparently it was inspired by Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah.
Officially inspired by it.
Yeah. It's like all the different anime references.
There's a whole thing about Hollywood taking from anime for many years. I would love to talk about it on this channel, but we can't.
Kingnusmi's very upset about Kimba.
Yeah. Lion King stole Kimba. OJ, realizing that the entire shoot has gone to crap, tells M to get the reporter's murder cycle.
Yeah.
Starts going up to Jean Jacket. Like
another great band name.
Yeah. OJ tells M to get to the reporter's motorcycle and ride it away from the ranch. She doesn't want to leave OJ behind, but Jean Jacket has grown big enough to blot out the sun. There's nothing she can possibly do to help her brother right now. OJ, thankful to M for listening, resigns himself to being the decoy one last time. Lucky, still at his side, kneels to allow OJ back atop the saddle, and his final showdown with Jean Jacket begins.
OJ looks to his sister and repeats the same "I see you" gesture he made years ago while they were training the first Jean Jacket. Then he looks defiantly into the entity's eye. Jean Jacket hovers towards OJ and then disappears from view. The electric motorcycle finally comes to life, and Emerald leaves Heywood Ranch as quickly as she can, but she doesn't leave Agua Dulce. Instead, she makes for Jupiter's Claim, refusing to let OJ take the responsibility of taming Jean Jacket away from her again. No more broken promises. Emerald does an Akira slide, which is awesome, into the tourist trap and desperately untethers the giant Jupaloon that serves as the park's mascot.
The Jupaloon.
The Jupaloon here. There's an Akira slide, there's a Jupaloon, and as the balloon drifts into the air, Emerald notices on the ground that there are all these discarded coins, probably from the pockets of everybody else, as well as the, when everybody got eaten earlier. They're just all over the ground. She grabs some, like a whole handful of them, and runs over to a little attraction that is there called the Winking Well, to where she begins putting coins in and believes that she can finally get the shot of Jean Jacket.
We didn't bring this up, but there is, in this place, Jupe was like a famous child star of this movie, and the movie poster is a well, like the three of them looking down at a well. And at his place, you can recreate that movie poster. There's a camera at the bottom of a well that you pay for, and then it turns, and you get the picture.
Yeah,
we didn't mention it before, so I figured.
I mentioned the old timey photos. But it is really cool that it's that you're recreating the movie poster with yourselves.
And it's also neat the fact that to take the picture, you have to do the same thing as they were doing earlier with the film. And so Jean Jacket emerges from the clouds, spreading out in this strange silky body to appear as large as possible. Right alongside it rises the cartoon Jupaloon, staring down the headliner of the Star Lasso experience. There, high in the atmosphere above Jupiter's Claim, Jean Jacket finally lunges at the blimp directly into the view of the Winking Well. Emerald throws the lever with all her might, and the flash rises from the well as Jean Jacket's form collapses once again, swallowing the balloon, taking the perfect picture as it squeezes tighter and tighter around the big Jupe until finally pop. The blimp burst, ripping Jean Jacket apart from the inside out.
I think this scene is so cool because OJ is literally trying to tame this alien, and at the scene, like he's like he's on a horse,
gonna break its spirit,
and he's making sure it looks out.
It's the part where he's staring at M under it, and then he kind of like adjusts in the saddle, and then just
looks directly at it.
It's so like
he's so
just
badass,
decisive. Oh my gosh!
And according to everything we've seen in this movie, after M leaves, you kind of think OJ is dead.
Yeah, you think that's it. Yeah,
you think that it got him, but But
The whole thing too that I brought up at the very beginning with how the movie starts, you get like that weird like square, and it's like it's kind of rippling, and then it zooms in and it shows like the running horse or whatever as the credits are going at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's the same thing here. It has the square that comes out, and the square ripples, and it looks like the inside
like
of that camera.
Yeah.
And so it's like it itself is also representative of a giant camera being a spectacle in itself, but also capturing the spectacle of those that are watching.
I'll also say, I'm like fairly certain. So that opening shot in the credits where you're looking, and like seeing the eye, basically, is also the exact same structure that you see the people passing into when they're being eaten.
Yep.
So it's that Jean Jacket, Jean Jacket is a creature that both looks at stuff and consumes stuff with its eyes.
Yeah.
With its eye.
Yeah.
And so it leads back to this idea of like, consumption with your eye.
Yep.
And Jordan Peele wanted to make a spectacle of a movie.
And
that
he
we would
did.
consume with our eyes.
Yep.
So really, we are Jean Jacket.
Yeah. Also, my computer's named Jean Jacket. Was what I named it when I got
I did see that in the facts and stuff section.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite parts is the fact of like Jean Jacket as like this entity. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. And that's the coolest part. It's like, I don't want to know. It's supposed to be alien. It's supposed to be different. It's supposed to be this big thing. And it's like, let it be that. I don't want to explain its anatomy or how anything inside of it works. We get to see little moments and little parts of it and how it's able to go from like what looks almost like a weird flying saucer hat thing over to this giant like spanned out crazy looking thing. And it's like, it's just
like
a thing.
Squid did anything. Like
it's like
a big,
it does kind of look like
squid.
what is the name of the thing that's big fin
like
squid?
Flapping. Oh, big fin squid. Back to piggyback what Holt was saying about you don't want to understand this thing. While I was watching the movie, it kind of mesmerizes you at one scene where the alien is staring down at OJ, and it's like it has this ribbon rippling thing.
Yeah,
you can't look away from it. It's like it's gaining.
It's got wibble.
The whippin is whipping. The whippin is whittly whipping, guys. It's whittly whipping right now.
Literally whipping. But I could not wrap my brain around what was happening. I was like, is it like whipping and then going back real quick and then whipping again? But it's like not. It's like they stay open, and it just keeps happening somehow. It's crazy.
Fragments of the alien drift on the wind like giant strips of flesh confetti. Emerald screams in triumph before collapsing for a well-earned rest. Get it? A well-earned rest. Reporters arrive having seen Jean Jacket's full form, but they're too late. They struggle to find the words to describe what they've seen, and they certainly won't have another chance to capture it in motion. Emerald and OJ truly own the moment. With that, Em stands up, closes her eyes, and when she opens them again, OJ and Lucky emerge from the dust of Agua Dulce, too tough to be eaten. The film ends with the impossible shot, the only surviving photograph of Jean Jacket. So my final question for you two is, you hold in your hand the only existing photograph of alien life. How do you release it to achieve the greatest personal gain?
TMZ,
baby.
TMZ.
You get it authenticated because people will be like, "That's fake." That's
you just set it off and get it graded.
Yeah, get it graded. PSA. Send it to PSA.
Yep. PSA. Check this out.
After you get it authenticated, then you sell it to the highest bidder because there's a lot of crazy alien.
Oh, that's actually a good point. Yeah.
That will spend a whole lot of money to have the greatest picture of an alien ever. And then right after that, I turn my ranch home that the alien attacked into an expensive Airbnb. So weirdos like me can stay into an alien house.
Yeah. Leave the blood.
And then you can put all kinds of crazy stuff like telescopes, like look in the sky, the alien might come back one day. Even though it's dead. We know it's dead.
Yeah. Leave all the blood. Leave the scooter up there. It's yours now.
But all of that juicy alien flesh is everywhere now. You go and you get some, and that can be a part of the attraction. Be like, look, if you pay me triple, I'll let you eat a little bit.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute.
I like how your Airbnb plan is literally the thing that Jupe did with his closet.
Yeah. I am Jupe. I'm Jordan Peele, Jupe, and OJ all in one.
I would be worried that TMZ would take all of my stuff, especially after one of their people died to come out here. But I think I would have to take the picture and then play it up in all of the stuff. Could it like bringing antlers? Is it antlers or just antler Holst?
Antlers.
Like bringing him into it to be like, hey, this guy died trying to get the picture. This is the one picture that I was able to get, not him. I am the greatest filmmaker ever now. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, if I can play up the story more and more to figure out how to do that, then that would probably be like the way to go about it. And then I don't know if I would sell like the picture itself, because I would want like the rights to the picture, but then somehow figure out probably not what Jupe did, because it was too small scale to be just out there, but like try to take it to where it is like this global thing, and then hope the government doesn't show up, as they most likely will, to take all of my alien flesh that I'm trying to sell online.
That is one thing that I actually forgot to mention when the TMZ guy comes out. What he tells them is that the entire area is completely blurred out on Google Photos, which means that somebody knows something's up.
Yeah. I took that as like Jean Jacket is messing with the satellites so they don't see him in the area.
That's also possible. So actually, that was one thing that I was going to say as well, that I think is a cool little theory. I wonder if Jean Jacket moves on like magnetic fields.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
And that's why it, emits like this, electrical interference, is because of the fact that it's actually just the same mechanism that it uses to fly around so quickly and to like levitate.
Makes sense.
I think you got to hang on to it for a while.
Yeah, you got to nibble on it at least once.
Okay, not that.
You have to try the alien.
I bet it tastes like, I bet it's about like calamari.
Maybe, yeah.
Yum.
You could eat jellyfish. I wonder if it tastes kind of like a jellyfish.
I wonder if it tastes like human.
What if it tastes like cotton?
I feel like you got to hang on to the picture for a little while and let the whole like media circus be a little bit like...
let hype build up.
Although that might make people more suspicious of it.
Why didn't you come out right when it happened to be like, hey, here's this picture that I took the moment, and they'd be like, no, bull crap, dude, you would have showed that picture to everybody to begin with. And it's like, no, I had a plan. I was going to save it. I thought about this for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. Actually, yeah, I do think you got to come out with it right away. And the thing is that you have to figure out how to make it not be about the picture, but about you.
Yeah. Make a story.
I think you've got to use it as a...
Me and my brother were the only ones to survive this whole alien attack. All these people died, 44 of them.
Yeah.
I don't... 44 might be a little high.
That's what it says right here. I'm looking at it.
44?
It says at least 44 humans, at least 11 horses, possibly 12, 1 off screen, 10 implied, and have been sacrificed, maybe more. And Ghost may have been killed, but ultimately his fate is fittingly left ambiguous, and 1 chimpanzee.
Good.
It says, but somebody put
sorry,
in
Gordy.
in the IMDb things, it says at least 44 humans.
Wonder how they got that number. I feel like there was not that many humans that died.
Now, they're probably also including the hikers that are mentioned at the beginning.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
They're counting that. They're counting the Gordy's incident.
The dad.
Yeah.
Only see, I guess there's probably a lot of dead bodies hanging around the Gordy's incident. I didn't think about that.
And also Keith David at the beginning.
Yeah, he dies. The last show only had like maybe 20 people max. There was like nobody there. That's like being generous.
There's more than that.
I want to ask you guys, what do you think Jordan Peele's next movie will be about? Because each one is so vastly different.
It's going to be on Gordy's home because he already released a promotional tie-in for the film's release. Jordan Peele wrote an article for Fangoria magazine detailing the true story behind Gordy's Home chimp attack, claiming that it was the real television series whose existence was covered up by the network executives. Per the article, all of the cast members survived the attack, albeit with various injuries, Mary Jo Elliott being the worst.
Very interesting.
I didn't know that Gordy didn't kill anybody.
That's in the real account. That's in the one that got covered up, not what he portrayed in the movie. While Jordan Peele did not explain the significance of the deadly chimpanzee
so many
attack,
facts, and he's going to say these facts.
witnessed by Jupe as a child.
This is why I'm here.
According to an analysis published in Variety, it is meant to show that you can't tame a predator, and mankind will risk everything for spectacle. Jupe exploited the Gordy's Home massacre for profit, and similarly thought he could tame the creature for a show business opportunity. That's what they said. Jupe's survival of the chimpanzee attack gave him the mistaken impression he could tame an alpha predator.
An alpha.
Who are often unpredictable. The ID FE1111 appears on Angel's truck. FE stands for Fry's Electronics. Jeremiah 1111 is notably referenced in Jordan Peele's previous film, Us. It says, therefore, this is what the Lord says. I will bring on them a disaster they cannot escape. Although they cry out to me, I will not listen to them.
That's very interesting. Back to anime. So Jordan Peele has listed Akira as one of his favorite movies, and they actually offered to let him direct a live-action version of Akira, but he turned it down. You know how awesome that movie would have been? I'm putting Akira on the things we should watch.
Dude, I'd be down for that.
Talk about some fucking body horror. Golly.
Let's see. Jordan Peele cites King Kong, Jurassic Park, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Signs, and The Wizard of Oz as influences on the film. He considers these films examples of addiction to spectacle, a major theme in the film.
The alien's animal form is inspired by sea creatures, jellyfish, octopus, squid, electric eels for the electricity generation, and the ghost knife fish, which moves without fins.
Weird.
What?
Jordan Peele said that he wrote the script at a time when he was a little worried about the future of cinema. So the first thing that he wanted was to create a spectacle.
I already said this. I already said this one.
I wanted to create something that the audience would have to come see.
Don't let him finish that fact.
This was the first horror film to be filmed on IMAX cameras.
What? That's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, that is an insane fact. And I got to see it in IMAX.
Actually, that does make kind of sense because most like horror movies are like low budget, kind of quickly made things. So yeah, nobody really spends the time to make them good until recently. And now it's like every horror movie ever is coming out this year.
I do find it weird that it's filmed on IMAX because I know Christopher Nolan's newest film is said to be the only film to ever be filmed entirely, I guess, on a specific type of IMAX camera that they made for the movie because the IMAX cameras are so loud. I did see that from the behind the scenes of this movie. Every scene, it's just like, bah, 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 bah. That's all you can hear. And then they're having to like do ADR and all the different stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, that's terrible. So for the Odyssey, they made new cameras that weren't as loud.
Yeah. I will say the one complaint I have with this movie is the ADR can be kind of bad.
Yes.
At the beginning, especially.
I do agree with that. Yeah.
Like, it's kind of obvious, especially when they swap from an ADR to something that was like filmed like on set. You can hear the difference very clearly.
Yeah. I am not the facts guy, so I'm leaving it up to you two to bring the facts.
Oh, I'm done. I'm done. There's so many, dude. If you look at the IMDb
I do have a fact.
You do?
The movie both begins and ends with balloons. Gordy's rampage is started by a popping balloon, and Jean Jacket's rampage is ended by one.
Yep.
Wow.
And that's how we would survive Nope.
I would not.
I don't think Polt's gonna survive. He wants to die.
Died at every turn. What are you talking about?
That's a good point. Yeah. That's how we would
Survive or
hopefully
die.
become rich by the end of Nope.
Yeah.
Even if we're not alive to enjoy the fame, they will know our names.
Even if we've got to split up, somebody's going to make some money.
Yeah.
If you'd like to support the channel, consider checking out our other episodes on Long Walk and Scream. This podcast is brand spanking new and we're still figuring things out, but we've had a ton of fun making it so far. If you have any input about where you'd like to see the podcast go, what we can do better, please let us know, because none of us have ever tried to do anything like this before, but we want to make it work, and we want to try and, just figure out how to make something that you guys enjoy. Also, let us know what stories you'd be interested in hearing us cover in the future. We've got a bunch of ideas already for things that we want to cover, but we'll cover them much sooner if we know that it's something that you guys want to see. And with that, thank you all very much for listening. And until we meet again, let's split up.